Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everybody, if you guys have any, okay, here you go. So I was just gonna say, Alessandra just wrote, I missed yesterday. So if anybody's here that was not able to attend yesterday, I kind of, and of course, if you did attend yesterday, I still want to go over a little bit of a, just reiterate what we went over yesterday. Um, at 1:30 today. So in 25 minutes, I'm going to have our guys out of Houston who are going to do your strategy call. Come on. They're going to come on for like 10 minutes. Just kind of a little intro, say hi type of thing. Alex, do you have what's the link to the to that form?
Got that.
Alex is going to give you guys the link to the form to fill out to set up your strategy call. So whenever you get a second, you don't have to do it right this second. Just do it before we finish up today, and then they will contact you and discuss how we can help you in this business, etc. But again, we'll cover that. So he just sent you guys the link. So what did we talk about yesterday? There's three main components to this business. You gotta, we went over setting up your website. We went over setting up some advertising, how to find lead buyers, different verticals. So I'm just going to open up these Word docs that I created yesterday. And I am going to go over them. Let me just share my screen with you. And okay. Let me just figure out which one is which. Okay, so I'll start here. So we basically, obviously talked about the lead. We're talking about the lead business. If anybody is confused on what we're talking about, because we do multiple things, there are people that get confused on what we talk about every day. So, but that's okay. And of course, I'm getting emails of people asking what the link is. All right. So you guys can see my page. All right. So we're talking about the lead business, right? In 2014 is when I got going into this. I started as a lead broker. And at the end of the day, what's a lead broker? A lead broker is as simple as this. It is find a lead buyer, find a lead provider, right? Broker the deal. That's it. That's the whole business. The whole business is you have a lead buyer, someone's going to buy leads from you. You have a lead provider, someone's going to supply the leads to you. You broker the deal, you make your profit. Okay. So let's just say you buy a lead for $20. And when I say buy a lead for $20, what I really mean is you're getting paid up front. You're never going to lay out money before you make money. So you're going to get paid up front. So, but let's just say your cost is 20. You sell it 25, okay, and you make a $5 profit. Very simple, right? You do that 100 times a week, 100 leads a week, you're making $500 a week, right? That's the concept. When I first started, I was doing around 20K a month was my average doing this. I was just pumping out, left and right. I was going to TD Bank at the time and doing wires in their branch. And they asked me after a while, like, what do you do? You're doing wires every day. And then they taught me how to do online wires because I didn't know how to do that at the time. Didn't know that was possible with my account. So I started doing online wires and I realized, wow, I never have to leave my house again. I was so excited that I just had to go to the bank. Then I was like, oh, if I don't have to go to the bank, I really don't have to leave my house. So I was really excited at that point in time that this thing was working. And then what happened was I became a lead generator. Now, the difference between brokering leads and generating leads is the fact that when you broker them, you don't own them, right? You own them after you sell leads, after you do an order, then you own the leads because you have them. But when you're the lead generator, that's when you own the leads, right? They're your leads. You can do whatever you want with them. And we talked a little bit about how to monetize those leads into other verticals. So my first full year, I did 1.57 million in revenue. In 2016, I did 1.62. In 2017, I did 2.4. In 2018 and 2019, I did over 2 million each year as well. So, and we'll see how this year, I have no idea until the end of the year how much total revenue I do. So we'll see what 2020 ends up being. I don't know if I'm going to hit 2 million this year, but we'll see. So so that's basically, the big overview of the lead broker business of just getting this thing going. So we talked about yesterday, create your website landing page, right? We also showed you how to edit the landing page. So if anyone missed yesterday, we'll send you out the video. You can go watch it again. But just so everyone understands, in your account, if you work with us, all this information's in there. We already have all these videos. We're just kind of doing this live in front of you. We talked about setting up Google AdWords yesterday. I logged into my Google AdWords account. I showed you guys how to set up a quick ad, and I showed you the keywords to use. Very simple. If you're doing student loan leads or business loan leads or tax relief leads or credit repair leads, it's literally just the industry, credit repair, mortgage, reverse mortgage, insurance, auto loans, business loans, personal loans, whatever vertical you're doing or industry, just put the word leads at the end. That's going to be your number one keyword. Credit repair leads, business loan leads, personal loan leads, reverse mortgage leads, mortgage refi leads. There's some variations in there, of course, but that's going to be your number one keyword. We showed you how to find customers for free by utilizing Google and seeing who's already advertising. We showed you how to find lead providers by using Google and also the conference websites like Affiliate Summit, LeadsCon, Traffic and Conversion Summit. And today we're going to talk more about sales, and I'm going to contact some leads right in front of you guys, put it on speakerphone and let you listen in, and we'll talk more about the sales process once the Houston guys come on. After they're gone, then we'll start doing that. So we talked about different verticals: mortgage, refi, new purchase, reverse mortgage, insurance, car, health, business, homeowners, lending. You got personal, auto, business, you got tax relief, student loan, credit repair, home improvement, personal debt, credit card debt. We talked about concussion media and how they have about 6 people total. Their biggest vertical is auto loans. And in 2018, when they spoke at my event last year, they said they did around 11 million in revenue, about 5 million in profit. So, and Alex said to me before, do you think we should address the question, how much profit do you make? And the problem with that question is it's an impossible question to answer because it's going to be different for everybody. Your gross profit, your net profit is going to be different than mine. I probably have more expenses than you. I got $2 $250,000 cars in my garage, that I pay for out of my business, right? So I'm going to have, more expenses than you're going to have. But if you talk about, gross profit and you say, all right, well, just outside your marketing costs, where should you be? It's still a difficult question to answer. And the reason why is some people are just better than other people, right? If you monetize your leads more than the other guy, then you're going to make more of a profit than the other person, right? So what I can say, give you like a roundabout number, can't hold me to it, but if you're running an efficient lead gen company, there's no reason why you should not be in a 30 to 50% gross profit range, somewhere around there. You could be higher, you could be lower, of course, but that's a good number to use, somewhere around there. But I got to tell you, I would rather make less profit and be in a high volume business than make a lot of profit in a low volume business. So I'll give you an example. You take concussion media. Concussion media only makes, a few dollars per lead, but the most leads that they said that they would generate a day, and it's around 3,000 leads a day. So would you rather make a few dollars a lead at 3,000 leads a day, or make $50 a lead and maybe sell 100 a day, right? So I would rather be in a 3,000 lead world because there's more room for error just in case things go bad. You have a whole lot of aged leads that you can monetize down the road and make some good money with that. I showed you yesterday, there was a company, it was Alpine. I showed you the invoices yesterday, the company that was paying me $25,000 a pop, right? $30,000 a pop. buying leads from me, right? 30K, 30K, 30K. That's age leads. That's what I'm talking about. You want a lot of those. That's where the back end money is. If I only had 100 leads that I could possibly, monetize. I'm not saying you can't monetize them, sure, but you can make a lot more money monetizing 3,000 age leads a day versus, 50 to 100, right? So I would rather be in a high volume business because there's more room for error and there's more money to be made on the back end. And then we talked about Fluent, who is another company that sold for $100 million. Listen, there's money to be made in this industry. The thing is that nobody knows about it. Nobody really understands the lead gen business and this stuff. It's not mainstream. It's not, real estate. It's not Amazon drop shipping or whatever stuff that they do on Amazon these days. Not many people know about this, which is a good thing. Another question that we get is it saturated? It's not even close to being saturated. So we talked about that yesterday. What else did we talk about? Yep, we already went over that.
Do we want to ask anything, Phil, about the website or the landing page?
Say it again?
Do we want to ask about the landing page and the website and stuff? If anyone has any questions on that?
Yeah. So anybody who was here yesterday and or if you have any questions in general, do you have any questions on anything specific to the website, the landing page, anything that we went over? Really anything, Google Ads, just anything across the board. If you have any specific questions, let us know. We can kind of run through it again real quick if we need to. Yeah, Ty, we'll send out the recordings tomorrow. Why do companies need brokers? Don't the buyers and sellers all know each other already? No, you can't assume that everybody knows everybody, right? So let's just say you open up a restaurant tomorrow. First time doing it. Open up a restaurant. Does that mean you just automatically know every distributor out there that sells seafood and meats and beer and alcohol, whatever it is that you're going to buy? You know what I mean? You have to go meet everybody. You have to call them up. If you just buy a house tomorrow, you don't know instantly all the landscapers, electricians, plumbers that you could utilize, right? You got to go call them all up and say, hey, I need a landscaper, So just because you start a business doesn't mean you just know every broker all of a sudden. So that's any business, right? So if you become you start up a student loan consolidation business and you say, okay, I need leads. They don't just show up at your house, right? So you got to call them up. Now, here's the thing. People think that it's a negative to have a broker, that somehow you're paying more or something. People broker my leads and still sell them at a cheaper price than anyone can get them themselves. So one thing that we talked about yesterday, I sell my leads typically at least 25 to 30%, actually 70 to 75% less than somebody can generate them on their own. That means if you take my leads right now, it will cost you roughly $40 to $50 to generate a merchant cash advance lead off Facebook. You know what I sell them for? $15. So even if you took my $15 lead, sold it for $20, you would still be half price of what anybody can generate on their own. So you become their best friend. So having a broker is not a negative, right? So, and I wish everybody knew who I was, but they don't, right? So I'll give you guys, I'm going to bring this over. Can you see this? Okay. So here's Carlos Corona, which I talked about yesterday. Carlos Corona came to the first event. We met him before he even had a first event. I taught him the lead business. And all of a sudden this guy's, has his own pay-per-call network and he has his own training business now. The guy crushed in the lead business, and he didn't know anything about it till he met me. Now, of course, he put all the work in. He takes all the credit for doing it, of course, but I'm glad I was able to kind of give him a jump start and show him the way, right? So here's so he basically said yesterday, Do you have any real-time leads available? 10K, right? This is, he's asking me if I have any merchant cash advance lead that do over 10K in revenue. If yes, let me know. I'll take 45 per day. I said, don't have 45 per day ready to go, but if they're successful with their leads, we can see what we can do. If it is it a direct lender or an ISO? He said, okay, how many can you do? They all say they're direct lender. I think they're an ISO, blah, blah, blah. He said, we can test a few and see what happens. I said, we can test 50 to 100 leads. How many they want to test? Did you give them a price? We are selling these for 15. He says, okay, good. Let's do a test at 50. Yeah, told him $20 so I can make $5, right? So he's making $5. If we get to the point where we're doing 45 a day, quick math, how much is he making? $450. Is that correct? Come on. So let's do the math, right? So if he sells 45 a day, makes $5. He's making $225 a day times 30. He's making $6,750 a month. One deal, one buyer. And what is he doing? He's brokering. He has no risk. I take all the risk because I'm a lead generator. He takes no risk. And he can make $6,750 a month over 30 days at 45 a day. Right? So then he asked me, hey, also send me an invoice for 1,000 age leads. I forgot how much we sell age leads for. I asked him 25 cents. He goes 20 cents. So he used to buy thousands of these leads from me a week. And then what he was doing, he's turning around and monetizing them into credit repair. So I take my bit. So this goes back to the concept of what I said before. What I say before, I said, take your leads and monetize them into other verticals, right? So, right, you can see my screen, right? So I take a business loan lead. Like I said before, I take a business loan lead. I also sell it to credit repair. I can also sell it to personal debt. I can also sell it to business credit monitoring. I can also sell it to credit card stacking, which means a 680 plus credit score. I have a guy that literally just reached out to me and said he does a lending preparation service, and he wants to buy leads from me. What does he want? He wants a lead. He actually wants a credit repair lead, but realistically, what he doesn't know yet, what he should take is a lead that has a 600 credit score. Because I already did this before. I sold these leads to other lending prep companies, and that's their best lead. But I haven't got that far with him because he reached out to me for credit repair leads. But that's really going to be the best lead for him. So what does Carlos want? Well, Carlos just wants credit repair. He's saying, hey, give me a credit repair leads. Now, is an age lead selling for 20 cents? Not a lot of money. But if I went out and sold every single credit repair lead I have for 20 cents in one shot, now that I've been doing this for 5 years, I make a lot of money. I probably make, like maybe maybe $100,000, right? If I sold every single one in one shot. So, but it's easy money. It's free money because it's age lead. So it's back end money. Now, a real-time credit repair lead, I'll usually sell for about $2. So now let's break this down. This is something I did not do yesterday. Let me see what this, hold on. Okay. So we got this, right? Actually, let me go over one other thing. So we also talked about TV calls. These are the different types of leads that they're out there, right? You have calls from TV, you have calls from radio, you have online forums. This is what I do the most of. The reason why I do online forums the most is because I have the data and I can resell it and I can contact them. I can call them. I can text them. I can sell it off, which is what exactly is Carlos is doing right now. He's buying my age leads so he could call them. So I'm allowed to do that because I have my TCPA language correct on my forms. You could sell an online call. That means someone sees a phone number on a website. We could do a live transfer. That means that somebody is calling leads, right? They're picking up the phone, calling leads, and then transferring them to a buyer. So you pick up the phone using like a dialer system. Someone answers, hey, how are you? So-and-so, you're interested in a business loan. You reach out to us. I just want to, verify that you're really interested and that you fit the filters, basically. right? Whatever those filters are for the buyer. So for business loans, it's usually over $10,000 per month in revenue and 6 months in business. That's typically what it is. So you do a live transfer. You call the lead, you verify it, and you transfer it over to the buyer. That's a different type of lead. Then you have the age leads, which we just talked about. You have straight data. I know somebody was asking yesterday about data, and he had a source for like 2 cents a lead, 2 cents a record. And then you can like text message, email leads. So we can like do a text blast. You can send them to a phone call. You can do a text blast, send them to a form. You can do a text blast, send them wherever you want. You can email leads, obviously, send them wherever you want. So that's the point of, doing the other types of marketing on the back end. So we talked about that yesterday. And then we went over, like, this is like, for example, Concussion Media, we were talking about before, they do auto loans. These are other verticals that they can sell auto loans in. You got auto insurance, you have auto warranty. They send traffic to cars.com. They sell the credit repair. Right there, you have 5 ways to sell one lead. How could you not make a profit? If you have all those buyers set up, how could you not make a profit? Right? It's just logical. It's impossible not to make a profit if you have every single one of these buyers set up and you're generating quality leads in. Like, you're generating real leads. I'm not talking about, generating shit, right? It's about generating, good leads. Okay. Now here's other things you can do. You can buy age leads, like literally just go buy age leads. We talked about this yesterday. Josh Claus was at our very first event, and he bought age leads. He actually bought the age leads before he showed up to the event. But while he was there, he just sent out an email blast. I think he used Gmail, did like a BCC. And then he turned around and he was sending them to a business credit monitoring company. And he made $8. Like, right off the bat, he got one lead, made $8 in like 5 minutes. He's like, holy crap, this really works. And then over time, obviously, he made more money than that. But the whole point was it actually worked. Now you got to scale it, right? So, when you can buy age leads and just promote, you can. So when I talked about actually buying age leads, really what I meant was you find a buyer who wants age. So take Carlos, for example. He could take my 1,000 age leads that he wants for credit repair. He knows that they're coming off a business loan form, right? What he could do is this. He could take those age leads, flip them to a credit repair buyer, right? So he takes the 1,000 leads, buys them from me, flips them to a buyer. Now he has 1,000 leads free, right? They're on his computer. Then he could take them and promote B2B services, right? Business services, GoDaddy, credit repair. Obviously, they're credit repair leads, so he can promote that. Business credit monitoring, because he knows they're looking to start a business. He can email and text them offers. You can do offers like, try to sell them off to personal debt, try to sell them off to even Ink is a company called Inkfile that I use to actually help people get incorporated. They pay out like $125 a pop. So you could use all these different ways that you can basically take those age leads, just promote other offers to them. And you can automate all this, just so you understand. All of this can be automated, where you take your leads, you upload them to a system, like say Aweber or any system, if you're allowed to do that. And then what happens is now you turn around and it automatically sends out emails. You just have the emails automatically set up. Day 1, they get this email. Day 2, they get this email. Day 3, they get that email. And it's just automated. You can do the same thing with text messaging. Put them into a text messaging system. And once you upload them, they automatically just start digging texts. You can automate all of this. So it's just setting it up. The setup process obviously is going to take the longest, but once it's set up, it's an automated business. And then you just have to manage it and make sure everything's working. All right. Drew says he's finally starting to get it. All right. So are you brokering leads? You should have a mark. So if you're brokering leads, you should have a markup of 30, 50%. No, I'm not. That's why I don't like bringing up profit margins and stuff, because let's just say you're making 10%, but you're selling 1 million leads a day. Do you give a shit? No. You know what I mean? So get the profit margin out of your head and just don't even worry about it. Just know that if you take Carlos, if he has the ability to make, what are we talking about? $225 a day. He has one buyer. can make $225 a day, 45 leads times $5 a lead profit. And then it's automated. He literally doesn't have to do anything because I'm going to send the leads directly to his buyer. All he has to do is just keep getting new orders. That's it. Even if you only made $100 a day, $3,000 a month, are you going to bitch about that? Even if that equals a 5% profit margin, you're going to bitch about that? No. You're just making $3,000 a month doing dick. I mean, like, that's what it's all about. And then what you do, you go out and get 10 buyers. You go out and go 20 buyers. You go out and get 30 buyers. You just spend the time go getting more buyers. That's all you do. That's your job. You rinse and repeat, right? So that's the point. All right. So do you have any specific program that I can generate my own leads? Yeah. So we do have Facebook in our lead gen services. You can, we show you the Facebook marketing stuff so you can generate your own leads. He's an animal. So I'm computer slow, just figured out how to join. Okay, no problem. What's going on, John? So we can reach out to you to source leads and then broker them. What is the primary email address to reach you? So everything's done through your account. So you can we have different levels of service. Not every level of service will allow you to get access to our lead network, because all of our lead providers, so we have different levels of service. You have to be part of a certain service level to get access to that. And then we also have different services where we will do all the work for you. Literally, we'll sell for you. We'll do everything for you. So I'm going to try to get a guy named Kamani. He's out of Denver to come on around 3:00 and in about an hour and a half to have him come on. And he's the guy that he's been doing this over a decade. He would be the guy to actually do all your sales for you if you want to take us up on that offer. Not saying you have to, just saying it's an opportunity for you if you want to. And you can always utilize them for a little while and then obviously go do it yourself. It's up to you. But we do have different service levels for you guys. All right, so it's 1:30. Richard should be coming on. Let me just ask him. And then let me just see if there's any other questions. How do you email age leads without breaking the rules of email marketing? Those leads did not opt in. Yeah, so we talked about that yesterday. So there's if you can see, I can do that with my Aweber account because I have 500,000 emails in there, and I have a really good reputation with them that I'm not a spammer. So I would be able to get away with that. If you can't get away with that, then we talked about using the services like mail merges. So like yet another mail merge. Let me bring that up for you. So this service would actually allow you to get around that by using Gmail. So what they do is I know guys that are doing tens of thousands of emails a day doing this, so it works. What you need is a bunch of Gmail accounts. And then what you do is you put your contacts in a Google Sheet, you create your messages in Gmail, and then this software will actually pull. You'll be basically send out one email at a time, essentially, through using Google Sheets, and it'll just send out all your emails. So now it's as if like you're just sitting at your computer, sending out one email at a time through Gmail. And then you go out and get a bunch of Gmail accounts to do this. So that whole system exists. There's definitely other services too that do this type of stuff, but there's always a way, man. You got it. You guys have to understand there's always a way around everything. There's always a way. So we talked about that yesterday. Let me see where he is. Okay, he says he's coming on. All right, cool. So Richard is out of Houston. I think there's 5 or 6 people there total. I forget. He's always trying to bring more people on. So they're going to come on, talk a little bit about your strategy call, what you should be ready for, the questions, how they're going to help you. Everybody fill out that form. If you don't have the form, let us know. We'll provide it to you again. And then, you'll talk to these guys, later today. They're going to start reaching back out to you guys later today when we're done here. Obviously tomorrow, whatnot. But just want to kind of give you a glimpse into their office and and basically, see the guys. And again, he'll talk for a few minutes. They're going to be on for 5 or 10 minutes. And then what I'm going to do after that, I'm going to start doing calls. I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to start calling leads, and I'm going to do sales calls right in front of you guys. And I'm also going to give you a little, teach you about the sales process and the best way that I found and how to sell these types of leads. And the best thing about it is that you're not selling. There is no selling here. I like to call it educating. If you can educate the buyer on one little thing, that's how you do it. And I'll explain what I mean by that. And I know you're going to say, well, I don't know anything. Trust me, you're going to know enough to do what you need to do to get this going. And we also have like 20 or so recorded sales calls that everyone gets access to in your account. So obviously you can watch them, listen to them, and just hear the process. But we'll do it live right in front of you guys. And we'll say, hopefully I can get people on the phone. We'll say that's one issue, doing this live. And then also, hopefully it goes well. I don't know. I've never done this before live, so we'll see. But we do have emails obviously we generated. I also did an email blast to my age leads. Like I always tell you guys, monetize your age leads, right? So always want to monetize your leads. But I sent that email blast just to have like a bunch of leads come in, people saying they're interested. So just to make sure I have like a decent amount of people to call. I'm not going to call 100 people, obviously. I just want to get like a solid, 2 or 3 good calls with you guys. And then basically, just so you can see it in action. So, Richard, can you hear us?
Hey, Rich. Ooh. He was there.
Let's see if he's computer literate enough to use Zoom. Can you hear us? Or he totally disappeared. Can you hear us? Speak. Hello. Okay, let's go. You never used Zoom before? I didn't really think it was that difficult. All right. I'll give you one more minute before I kick you off.
We can answer some of these questions, Phil, while he tries to figure this out.
Oh.
Are you still using Lead Conduit or something else now? We are still using Lead Conduit. But we actually might be switching or upgrading to their new platform. But yes, we still use Lead Conduit.
Yeah. Still use it. Like Alex said, they want us to move to their newer platform, which we really don't want to do. Richard, can you hear us? You got your volume up or what?
He's on mute.
You gotta unmute yourself, dude. Come on. There's only 2 buttons in this whole thing.
How about now?
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
You're welcome to 2020.
Right? First time I'm trying to get on my iPhone. How's everybody doing?
They are doing absolutely wonderful.
Good to hear.
So how's Houston? Is it nice and warm there?
Actually pretty cold for Houston, so we're wearing trench coats today.
Wow, look at you guys. What is it, like 59?
Probably something like that. Actually, for us, 59 is really cold.
I know. I feel so bad for you. Just for you, I'm wearing my Houston Top Golf hoodie.
Way to go. Representing Houston today.
What did you say?
I said representing Houston today.
Yes, I'm trying. So, anyway, so what do you, I gave everybody an intro to you before you got on. So if you just want to go ahead and say what you want to say, and if anybody's around, introduce some people, something like that, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so I'm sitting in our conference room here. For those of you that don't know, I run our Houston office. Phil's, of course, at corporate there in New York, and Zach runs the Florida office. So we've got 3 different offices here throughout the country. And what our team does is I manage all of the training coordinators and the strategists that help you folks put together your business model. And so one of the most important parts of getting involved with Phil and his team and getting involved in one of his programs is that it does come at the start with a free strategy session where you'll meet with either myself or one of my staff members, and they'll be your strategists, actually your point of contact at the company. And they'll be helping you, they'll sit down with you and they will help you build out your business model for the next 12 months. So it is absolutely one of the most important parts of the program. It's literally where you get off to the right start. I will tell you, one of the things that we find for folks that join our program that are a bit new is they don't realize, they think that they're actually they're just paying us to teach them the loan business or the lead business, right? And it's actually a lot more than that. For a lot of people, what they don't understand starting out, and they find out very quickly, that we're teaching a lot of you how to get out of that 9-to-5 employee mindset, because you're going into business for yourself, a lot of you for the very first time. So some of you folks out there are experienced, some aren't as experienced in the business world or owning your own business before. And so we also don't just teach you the loan or the lead business. What we do is we also teach you actually how to think like a business person, and how to conduct yourself like a business person, how to run your business like a business person and not just an employee. So we help you transition from that 9-to-5 employee mindset into more of an entrepreneurial mindset or more of a businessman mindset, which is why the strategy session is so important. You've got to start thinking like a businessman in order to create a business model or a business plan. So one of the things when we go into the strategy session that we'll be discussing with you is we kind of got to get our arms wrapped around where you're at today with your life personally and professionally, so that we can understand where your starting point is. If we don't know where you're starting at now, we might give you the wrong guidance during that strategy session and helping you put together your business model. And the end result would be is you end up in the wrong place as far as the end result that you're looking for. So it's very important for us to know, again, where you're at today with things. So just to give you a little bit of a feel so that you'll be ready and prepared for the strategy session when you have it with your strategist, is one of the things that we'll be discussing is where you think you might need our help with the business, okay? And so we try to get a little bit of a feel for what your background is, your work history, your level of education. And we, by the way, help every type of person out there, regardless of what kind of business experience they have, a little, none, a lot. We also, with level of education, it doesn't matter. We're very, very successful. It doesn't matter what type of person. All you got to bring is the hustle to the table, invest the time. One of the other things that's real important for us to understand is your reason why. What are your goals here? What are you really doing this for? And please come to us with more than just, hey, I want to make a lot of money, because you'll learn very, very quickly as you transition again from that 9-to-5 mindset to that entrepreneurial business person or businessman's mindset, is that money is really just a vehicle to where you want to get in life, whether it's a certain asset, a certain lifestyle, you want to give more back to the community, whatever the case is. So we try to dig a little deeper than just the typical standard, well, the reason I'm doing this is I want to make a lot of money. So think about that between now and when you end up talking with us, just so that we can carry on a more in-depth conversation. You'll get a lot more out of it. We'll be able to put together a much better business model. In addition to that, we will be discussing what kind of resources you have to work with, right? So how much time can you invest? How much capital do you have? Startup capital, operating capital. These are all the types of things your standard business person talks about on a regular daily basis. And then another thing is, are you going to be doing this by yourself? Or do you have a team that you're going to be working with? If you have a team, what role is each person in the team going to be playing? These things. And so try to think through these things between now and when you end up talking with myself or one of the other strategists here, so you can be prepared for the meeting. We can put together the best business model for you, because as I stated earlier, you know, if we don't know where you're at today and where you want to be, we could give you the wrong guidance. The last thing is either one of us want that. And so, yeah, the best thing I can say leaving is that, you know, again, start thinking like a businessman or business person, because, you know, you got to start thinking like a business person in order to put together a business plan. So yeah, that's more or less the 2 cents I wanted to throw in here. Wanted to tell you that we're very, very excited. One of the most enjoying parts about my job, as well as the rest of the strategists here, is watching folks start out just learning how the business works, the very early stage, learning the standard, even just simple things like the terms and the vocabulary that's used in the business, and helping them and hand-holding them all the way through to becoming successful, getting their first deal done. A lot of times we get the call when someone gets their first deal done. They share with us how much money they made, how excited they are. And it really at that point goes from concept or idea to reality. I'm actually holding the cash in my hands. So that's the most exciting part for us. So yeah, so looking forward to talking with you folks. Hopefully we'll start talking with you folks sometime today. And, when you call, like I said, just think about some of those points that I mentioned so that we can carry on a real in-depth conversation with you and create the best business plan for you possible.
So we actually yesterday on this call, we mentioned mindset, and I explained to everybody that if you do not have the right mindset going into this, trying to start a business, you'll just never be successful. I gave the example of looking at an Olympian or a professional baseball player, basketball player. When you see somebody that made it to that level, you automatically understand or have an idea of what they went through to get there, right?
Yep.
You know that an Olympian busted their ass probably their entire childhood, going into adulthood every day to become a swimmer, to become a gymnast, right? Think about that.
Yep.
When you see a successful entrepreneur, they didn't sit on their ass watching Netflix all day and they built a business, right? So if you don't have the mindset and you don't understand what you need to do, then you don't know what to do and you're probably not going to do it, right? So everybody needs that. Obviously, we want to give you as much information, motivation, etc. to do it. Clearly, you have to do the work, but we're here to guide you, give you everything that you need to be successful. But you got to do it. Listen, last night I was up, again, 1-2 o'clock in the morning. Rich kept me on the phone to 3 o'clock in the morning my time the other night.
Yep.
We're working. Alex, if I email him at 1:30, I know I'll probably get a response. We put the time in. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I want to do it. I like to do it, and last night, go on.
I think that once you get your mind wrapped around the right mindset, this no longer becomes work. It's just a part of who you are and
exactly.
What you do.
Exactly.
And I think that, and we can help you out a lot with that type of thing. And that's why I'm saying, just know that starting out, this isn't just, you're taking some class or course on how to do the loan business. You want this. 99% of the people that we talk to, they want it to be life-changing, right? Because they have their personal reasons why they want to make more money, spend more time, and the freedom that this business can give you, spend more time with their family, get away from that boss they hate, stop having to get up out of bed at, all hours, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and get back to the community, travel more, vacation more, things like this. And so, but you're not going to ever get there without the right mindset. This is where it starts. And so we're going to help you do that type of stuff. So just know that the more information we know about what's going on out there in your personal life, professional life, the more armed we are at being able to help you out with these types of things. But, all I got to say is if you think about this, any success story you've ever heard of somebody that made it big, there's always a common 2 or 3 or 4 things in that success story, and every single one of them. One is, I basically had to put in the work. I had to put in the time, right? Because you got to pay the price before you get the return, right? You got to make the investment before you get the return on the investment. And 2 is, throw everything in the kitchen sink, everything in the kitchen sink at it. Do whatever it takes or die trying type mindset and way of thinking. Also very, very important, almost every single successful person I know out there that's made it big, every successful person that has a success story out there, 99.9% of them tell you how important it is to have a mentor. So between myself, my staff, Phil, his team, you've got an entire team here that's going to be working behind you. So like I said, if you show up to the party, you show up to the table, you're willing to put in the work and follow the directions that we give you, I see no reason why every person can't be successful in doing it. At least that's what our successful students tell me.
Yeah, it's very true. So, all right, cool. So Ty says it's 50 degrees in Houston. So did everybody make it to the office, or was it too cold for them to travel?
I got a few wimps out sick, but they promised me they'll be in tomorrow. But I will do, if you want, I'll kind of take my camera out here or my phone. Like I said, I haven't done this before, so let me see if there's a way to turn this around. With my luck, I have no clue on how to do that.
You could just turn the camera around, the phone around. You don't need to do that.
Give me just 1 second. I just want to see if there is a way, and not sure here. One more thing.
Nah, you muted yourself. You muted yourself. I don't think you can turn it around.
There we go. Am I back?
You're back.
Okay, great. So like I said, this is, so there's our conference room, gives you a little bit of an idea. And then here's the guys out here. Daniel, we're in a Zoom meeting here with the students and Phil Smith and Alex. Say hello.
What's going on? How you doing, man?
Doing?
Living the dream, man. Living the dream.
Living the
And
dream.
like I said, we got a couple guys out here. There's Jan Eric.
What's going on?
And then we have Mr. Sean Hooks here.
What's going on, Sean? You guys feeling okay with that 50-degree weather? You all right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, we're wimps compared to those guys out in New York when it comes to cold weather.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Are you playing any motivational videos?
We aren't. Well, actually, we do have some stuff on the TV here. Can you see the TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, I muted it out because I knew we'd be in this meeting. But yeah, normally we play motivational videos all day, every day in the background. So pick up little nuggets here and there every day. Even sometimes when we hear the same stuff, you think after hearing it 10 times, you think, hey, I've already heard this stuff. It's a broken record, but always picking up new nuggets on that. So it's just good to have going in the background, keep this pumped up, ready to go, and tackle business with a vengeance.
All right, cool, man. All right, appreciate it. So we'll make sure everyone fills out this form. You'll give them a call later today and start calling people, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so like I said, guys, looking forward to talking to all of you. Like I said, remember, we're going to be talking about whether you got a team or you're going to be doing this yourself. We'll be talking about what kind of resources you have, whether with respect to what kind of time you have to invest into your business every day or every week, how much money you have with respect to startup capital, operating capital. We can help you no matter what your situation is financially. What your goals are is very, very important. And also, kind of where you're at today with respect to your education and business experience. So just, like I said, be thinking of all those things so that you can kind of be prepped for the meeting. And we look forward to helping you out and showing you the right path and helping you build your business model. All right?
Cool. Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. I'm going to sign off.
All right. Be good.
See you later.
Have a good one.
Stay warm.
Thank you. We will.
All right. So when we were in Austin, Texas, I went down for a War Room Mastermind event. We had our one of our own small events. I did it with Zach. And then we drove from Austin to Houston, hung out with those guys for a little while. Then we flew back home. So it was my first time to Houston. It was all right. It was good. We had a great time. The drive was very interesting going from Austin to Houston. All right. So let me answer a couple of quick questions and then we'll go into doing some sales. So Drew is asking, so I guess you're going back to Carlos. So if someone flips my leads and I send the leads directly to Carlos' buyer, but our lead distribution software, there's no way to know who we are. They may find out what software we use, but what does that mean? It's like saying, oh, you use Salesforce? I'm going to find out what company that is. So there's no way for them to know who we are specifically. They just see that it's coming from a lead distribution software, which obviously they're going to assume that it's your own software, right? They're not going to know that you're flipping my leads. So they wouldn't even think about it, right? So don't worry about that. Phil, are you still using LeadCon? We answered that. if you send them directly to Carlos Spire, will they be able to contact you directly? Just answered that. Anyone sued for sending email? Yeah, you got to make sure that you have. We've never been sued. None of my buyers have ever told me that they've been sued. Just because we make sure that the TCPA language is done correctly. You do that correctly, you never have a problem. Yeah, Anthony said he needs to catch the replay. That's fine. All right, cool. So now, what do you guys want me to do? You want me to call some leads, do some sales, see how this goes? What I'll do is I'll just start making some calls. We'll see how this goes. And then what I'll do is I'll explain a couple things to you guys as we kind of do this. All right. Will that form be emailed? No, there's a link. So who doesn't have that link? We post it like 10 times. And there's always people, I guess, missing it or coming on afterwards. So we'll give you that link again so you guys can fill out the form. I watched a webinar on loan brokering, which I plan to sign up for. I do recall you mentioning lead gen. Do these work at 10? Now, so the loan broker and lead gen business are two separate businesses, but that's the reason why Richards is here. He'll talk to you guys because so I'm giving you someone to talk to on the phone. They will be able to, explain everything to you in detail, everything that we do. So it's up to you guys. If you want to talk to them, they will explain to you exactly what you're looking for. But we have the loan broker business, which obviously you need to generate leads for. And then you have the lead gen business, which you can generate leads for anything. So they are separate, the lead and loan, but there is some obviously technically overlap, in terms of lead gen. But one is like you want to become a lead gen company, and one is you want to become a loan broker and generate leads for it, right? So it is separate. It is different. So we'll give you guys that link again. Drew, fill out the form. Is no ID. Not sure what you mean by that. No ID. Can you send me a link? I jumped in late.
I'll send it.
All right. So we'll give you guys a link. What do you mean by ID? The form we ask you for your name, email, and phone number on the form. So yeah, we know who you are. Yeah, we ask you all that. We ask you all that information. It's all on there. So okay, cool. So all right, cool. So let's try this. Let me make some calls. What do you guys want to do? You want me to make some calls? Anyone paying attention? Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's see how this goes. It's funny. People send you emails. They don't give you a phone number to call. Let's see. All right. Need a phone. All right, here we go. I'm going to call this guy Thomas Brown. His question was, what kind of payments are accepted? That's his only question. What kind of payments are accepted? That's weird. When someone asks what kind of payments are accepted, you probably know that he probably wants to pay with credit card, which is something I never recommend doing. But let's see how this plays out. It's a 716 number, so I think that's New York, right? That's New York, right? I think so. Alex, you can hear this, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, is this Thomas?
Yes.
Hey, Thomas, Phil Smith giving you a call. You sent an email about the merchant cash advance leads?
Right. Yeah, I'm just wondering. I had checked you out in the past, and I actually referred a client to you that actually bought leads from you. Metro Media Funding Solutions, Rick, over there. He ended up buying some leads. I don't know if he still buys them, and he's a lot bigger than I am. I'm just a broker, a small guy that works from home. with 5 years experience, so I'm well taught. Okay. I know the business inside out on MCAs and factoring mostly and equipment financing, but I'm just wondering, what methods and stuff. I had tried to reach you before and you were out traveling. You had some guy contact me and it just kind of threw me off, different area code and stuff. But I'm just saying, like, if you can maybe email me, rates again and stuff. I know, there's no minimum. Keep in mind, I'm not Ken Capital, okay, or Yellowstone. I'm just a guy that, it's all about marketing, as you know, the ability to bring in good quality leads and the ability to close them. So I'm hooked up with about 20 different lenders. So, but it's just me. I do all the underwriting myself. So I just need some good leads for people that need funding now, with a sense of urgency, especially merchant cash advances. So.
Okay. So, all right. So you're a broker. So you're doing it yourself. You're an ISO and you're just looking for some leads. So this is what I would say to you. The best bang for your buck when in your position is always going to be age leads because they're a lot cheaper than real time and you're going to have a much better shot at closing a deal.
Oh.
Sounds like you probably know that already. One other thing one other thing I'll mention is that a real-time lead is all about speed, right? You got to get that person on the phone. They're probably talking to other people. You got to close that deal as fast as possible. When it comes to an age lead, it's all about timing, right? You just need to get them on the phone at the right time because maybe they got a deal, maybe they didn't, maybe they were interested, maybe they're not, maybe they weren't interested, but maybe they are, right? Who knows what's going on. So you got to hit them at the right time. So whenever you get an age lead, you want to make sure that you're hitting them up, right? Once a week, maybe twice a week. You're texting them, you're emailing them, obviously, getting them on the phone. So we sell age leads for $1 a piece, so not a lot of money. The real-time leads are a lot more money than that. So it's only $1. You can buy as many as you want. I don't have any minimum orders. Obviously, you just got to test them out, right? Got to test the leads out. So if you just want to start with 100, 200, 300, try them out, and then you'll get a feel for them. And then if you like them, you keep going.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. But like, what methods of payment? Not to be difficult, but like, is it PayPal or can you use credit cards or, I'm just seeing how you usually go about these.
Typically, if you want to do like a friends and family through PayPal, I'll do that. Usually, most people do because I don't have a business PayPal account set up. It's just personal. But if you want to do, I don't even have credit card set up because I don't have PayPal set up. But they pay by wire, ACH, Zelle, Chase, QuickPay, something like that. But for you, I'll make it as easy as possible for you. Obviously, it's a small order, getting going. So whatever to make it easier on you. But that's typically how they pay.
Oh, okay. I have Zelle with Citizens Bank, but I have to switch some things on there. There was like a glitch because I was paying brokers that, I have bird dogs. I hate to call them that, but I have brokers that bring me deals. I'm well trained. I saw your story and I was really impressed. I saw, that you went on Shark Tank, I believe, and I know all about you. I went on your website and researched you. I know you're busy. I appreciate you taking time to call me. But I'm kind of like you. I have a family of 4. I live in a really nice area in Williamsville, New York, which is a great area. And I'm just looking, especially with the pandemic, working from home, nothing fancy, no need for overhead. I'm well connected in the industry, but there's always room for improvement. I just need really, good leads. But it is timing, that's what I've done in the past is bought leads and stuff. And, it takes a lot of phone calls, and I occasionally use call centers out of the Philippines and stuff, so.
Let me throw
an adventure.
Let me throw something at you. I'm curious if you ever done this before, because my core business is obviously generating leads and monetizing the data, right? A bunch of different ways. So let me ask you this: you obviously have bought leads in the past, right?
Right.
Okay. You've only contacted them for a merchant cash advance or some sort of loan, correct? That's the only reason why. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, I also do credit card processing too.
Okay.
So, where I switch.
So let me throw an idea at you. Imagine taking leads in. Let's just say you buy 500 leads at a time, 1,000 leads at a time, or whatever amount of leads. It doesn't really matter how many. But let's just say you take those leads. And then you put them into an automated system. And that automated system starts texting them and emailing them, completely automatic, right? It's just an import to you. And then once they go into that import, they start getting texts and emails to promote other services, maybe business credit monitoring, credit repair, maybe some personal debt, right? There are other offers. You're not calling them, right? You're not selling those services. More like affiliate marketing, right? You're getting paid just to generate leads for other people, right? Imagine doing that plus what you're doing, because what's going to happen is you're going to start making your marketing money back by doing that stuff, right? By selling off the credit repair, selling off the debt.
Oh, yeah.
So I could totally help you out with all that stuff, kind of give you a little game plan and how to do that, just so you know. So 100% can easily help you out getting this thing going. Obviously, you want to make sure you're getting quality leads. I totally get it. That's why you start with a small test. We try it out. We get it going. And listen, you like it, you keep going. Plenty of companies have, bought all my age leads because they work. It's just up to you to make it work for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've been an employee before at a direct lender, and they act as a syndicating broker. So I know the game. People act like they're direct lenders, and they're really not. Yeah, but I'm with really good companies that give me 16 points. That's the highest I can get, and a lot of them are 12 points or 10 or 8 or 6 or 5. If they have to broker it out or whatever the story is. But I'm also hooked up with companies that sell SEO websites, because that's my background too. Believe it or not, I used to work for Hearst for 13 years. Okay, selling yellow pages online and digital, SEO, reputation management. But that was, oh my God, that was 9 years ago. So that's my background. And sadly, I don't even have a website. I've been relying on my sales ability. I've always been a top producer. I have to support my family. So, but you really impressed me with your story. I saw myself in you. Like, you found a way and you figured it out. Without all this overhead and stuff. So, but I'd be open to something like that. Maybe you can email something, or, I know some WizBusiness out there that are doing similar stuff to what you're doing. I almost joined the Oz Konar Blueprint MCA. Did you ever hear that? Where he's got it down where it's the sales funnels and stuff automated. I know that's really the way to go. I know this. I'm just I'm trying not to spend too much money right now. So so you have guys like myself that are brokers working from their house doing like a sales click funnel with you, automated type thing.
Yeah, so it's funny. So I guess you probably did some research. So I have this whole e-learning business where I teach people how to get into loan business and the lead business, and we brought in thousands and thousands and thousands of people into the business. Now, listen, not everyone's going to make money because, as you know, you got to put the work in, right? So a lot of people don't put the work in, so they're not going to make any money. But then you have those people who say, holy crap, I quit my job. Holy crap, this actually really works. I'm pulling in, I'm making the money I need to make, right? So, it all backs out to lead gen. It doesn't matter what you do. You need to learn how to generate leads. See, this is one thing. I'll give you a quick thing. Pretty much every single merchant cash advance lead I've ever sold has always been sold at a pure profit, because I've learned how to monetize all the other leads. So when I generate a business loan lead, before I even sell a merchant cash advance lead, I made my marketing budget back already, because I sold off the credit repair. I sold off the business credit monitor. I sold off to micro MCA. I sold off the credit card stacking companies, right? All this stuff. So, right. So that's basically what I do. And so by the time I sell that real-time merchant cash advance lead, that's pretty much the profit. You can kind of look at it that way. Of course, over the years, things have, changed, and things have gotten more difficult in the lead gen side for business loans. But if you do the business model, I tell you, especially for someone like you, all your leads would obviously then become, in the best case scenario, free to you if you followed all of that, all of that, that business model that I have. So anyway, so this is what I'll do. Let me send you an email. I'll just break out the pricing again, like we just talked about. It's obviously not complicated. It's $1 a lead. But I'll just send you an email. And if you want to move forward, get back to me and I'll send you an invoice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, that sounds good. And you see why I'm kind of hesitant to join some program like the Oz Kona. Are you familiar with that blueprint lending? For success. The reps, when he shows examples, they're only making like 5 points, or U.S. business lending, or there's a bunch of them where,
for someone,
you're sharing points, and I'm like my own entity, even though I'm not, I'm not a large company, but I know the point game, and it's like, I don't want to be just tied down to one company,
exactly.
And limited on it, and I want to be able to monetize everything that comes in. I have friends that do credit repair, so I refer that. Whatever comes in, I tell them, I work with A through D lenders, and I could do all kinds of things for you, and I come across as a consultant, not trying to sell them something. I just keep asking them questions, but yeah, no, I'd be open to that. I just,
you don't need someone to teach you the lending business. You need someone to teach you the lead business. That's what you need. You need leads. You don't need help on the lending side. But so anyway, let me send you an email and then we'll go from there.
All right. Thanks a lot, Phil. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. All right, you have a good day.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Okay. It's funny. All right. So what did I do there? Right. So that was an interesting call because he knew I did other stuff and whatever. I have obviously been in this space for a while. So anyone looking for business loan leads, there's a good probability that they already heard of me. That happens a lot. A lot of people refer business to me. I have no idea that guy referred business to me. I have no idea who this person is. But clearly, you see that, I've been doing this a long time. So what I want to do is I want to call somebody that's not looking for business loans. So we don't run into that again. I want to talk to somebody that doesn't know who I am. But what did I do there? This is what you have to do. Because it's very easy for you to make excuses right now and say, oh, it's easy for him. Oh, he knows who he is. There's always a strategy whenever I go on the phone with somebody. Number one, it's if I need to, I got to make it sound like I don't have leads for them, that I'm sold out. Okay. I do that all the time. If someone contacts me, usually my first response is I'm sold out, but let's do a test. The reason why is when someone contacts you to buy leads, they're going to want to try to interview you. Oh, why are your leads so good? Sell me. And what I want to do is I want to eliminate that right off the bat. Someone contacts me for leads. I say, hey, just want to give you a heads up. I'm sold out. We don't have any real-time leads for you right now. But if you're truly serious about taking them, what I will do is we'll give you a small test, maybe next week or so. We'll do a small test, make sure it works. And then if they work, then we'll ramp up for you. Right? That's the strategy. Because now they can't say, are your leads any good? I would say, well, how are they not good? I'm sold out. I've been sold out for years. And then you want to turn it around and say, well, why should I sell you leads? Are you actually going to be consistent? I only want consistent buyers. I don't want a one-off. So are you a consistent buyer? Right? You almost want to put them on the hot seat. Why should I sell leads to you? I didn't do that with that guy because it wasn't needed. That guy kind of ripped himself apart by saying, I'm a small and this, that. So I knew that small order, that guy, you're not getting a lot of money out of him in the first order. Ain't happening. So you already know that. You got to push test order. You saw what I did. Test order, test order, test order. You're only going to know if they work if you test them and then buy more later. Every single person that buys leads says, if they work, I'll buy more. Like, no shit. If they work, you're going to buy more. I've never heard anybody say it before. You know what I mean? It's just like, just say the obvious because, they're already going to say the obvious. So you might as well just give them the obvious. Say, listen, just try them out. Do a small test. If they work, keep going. Just cut through the bullshit and get to the point. So that's what I do. And, this is the one thing you have to understand about people want to buy leads. They need them. They need them. Okay. This isn't something that maybe they'll buy, maybe they won't. They need leads all you need to do is not screw up the call. Because if you screw up the call and they feel like you don't know what you're talking about, then you're not getting the order. Now, of course, you're going to say, oh, yeah, 100%. I don't know what I'm talking about. Of course, I'm going to screw up the call. Well, this is how you get around ever screwing up the call. This is what you do. All right, listen up. You guys listening? All right, this is what you do. This will solve every problem, every potential issue. This will solve if you don't know how to answer a question, this will solve it, okay? Consider whoever you're buying leads from. If you're not generating your own leads, consider whoever you're buying leads from as your partner, okay? Whoever that is, it's your partner, okay? When you go on the phone with somebody and you're starting off and you're new, what you say is, hey, I just want to let you know, I typically don't work this vertical. Let's just say it's student loan. Hey, just so you know, I really don't, usually do much in the student loan vertical. My partner does. He's away right now, but I just want to give you a call, see if I can answer your questions. And if any questions I can't answer, I'll get the answer for you. Done. Now, whatever they ask you, you don't know the answer. You just say, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Let me get back to you on that. You're good. And then you get as much information. If you can close the deal, great. If you can't, you figure it out, right? There's only so many questions that anyone's ever going to ask you in this industry. There's only so many. So after a few calls, you're going to figure it out. And after that, you're going to have all the answers and you're going to be able to start closing deals. Okay? Any questions? Yeah, that guy liked to talk. That's why I tried to get off the phone. 716 Buffalo. That's good. I tried to get off the call, right? I was just like, let me get off this call. This is going nowhere. So that guy would have talked forever. Let me just make sure I missed any questions. How about Venmo for payment? So yeah, listen, you guys can take, all right. So when it comes to payment, you never want to do a payment that can be reversed. Okay. Never do a credit card because it can be reversed. Don't do PayPal if it can be reversed. You can do friends and family with PayPal. You can't reverse that. I'm assuming Venmo, you can't, but now you got to worry about, you have a business, right? If you take money in personally, hey, listen, you take a couple bucks here and there personally, it's fine, but you don't want to run your business through personal accounts, right? Just so you know, maybe a handful of deals that I lost in the last 6 years because I would not take credit card. Like maybe a few, maybe 5. I don't even know the number. It's not that many. So don't stress about it. If somebody will not put it this way. If somebody will not do a payment with you because you won't take credit card, that means that they're probably going to do a chargeback on you. Okay. When someone does a credit card, I tell people all the time, don't take credit card. Had this guy, Eric, do it. Started off. He didn't listen to me. He took a credit card payment. The guy did a chargeback. Usually when people push credit card payments in this industry, then they hold you to it, and they just become assholes because they know they can just do a chargeback. Unless you plan on getting, front and back of credit card, signed, credit card authorization form, copy of their driver's license, like you were ironclad. So I did that once, man. There was one time that I took a big buyer of mine and they begged me to do credit card, and I did not want to do it. I'm like, but I was working these guys for years in different companies, and I did it. $50,000 chargeback they did on me with an American Express black card. You never win chargebacks with American Express, and then you add on the black card. I submitted a 30-page document with signed agreement, signed credit card authorization form, front and back of the guy's credit card, and a copy of his driver's license. That's the only way I would do it. And I ended up winning. I actually lost. I lost the first time around. It's like, I'm freaking out. So I call up PayPal because it went through PayPal. And then PayPal said, yeah, we submit everything. I'm like, well, who do I contact? So then I just contacted American Express directly. And I found the people that I needed to talk to. And I lost, right? They reopened it. And 30 days later, I ended up winning. They reversed it. So don't do it. Don't do it. When is your next mastermind? I know for a fact our next mastermind will be in Vegas in April because we're going there for a war room event. But I don't know if we're going to have one before that. I don't know. We might do one in Houston, actually. We might. But we also might do one in New York. I don't know. I'll let you guys know, but definitely that. Don't be cheap. Go get a merchant account. Not to mention the merchant fees with credit card processing adds up real fast. Yeah, you're 100% right. But it's not. It has nothing to do with fees. It's all about doing a reversal. That's all it's about. You do a wire, do an ACH, do Zelle, do a Chase Quick Pay, do a check. So I've had people do a check, and then they bounce it. So you got to be careful with checks. I've never had that done on a big amount. Like some guy did it for like $50. Like seriously. So don't. I mean, if they do a check, wait a couple of days. Like let the check go in, make sure it clears, and then wait a couple of days because even if it clears, it still can get reversed if it bounces. Where do we go to get the? We're gonna email the recordings of everything. Recordings of this. If you're talking about the recordings of our sales calls, they're in the account. All right. So that was merchant cat. Any questions on that? Let me find someone else to call. Let me try to find a different vertical. Let's see what we got here. When you do a test with people, like when you say, how about next week we send you a few leads and do a test with you to see what you think about your leads, what do you charge us as purchasing them from you going to the guy that we turn you into? So it depends. It depends on a vertical. So right now, I sell my real-time merchant cash advance leads or business loan leads for $15. I would recommend that you sell it for $20. That's my recommendation. You could try to get as much as you want. All right. You guys can do whatever you want. I just recommend $5. $20 is a good price point right now. Because you also want to give them the ability to make a profit, right? Let's see. All right, here's a guy named Forrest. Now, okay, so I'm going to call this guy Forrest from National Capital Allegiance. And there's another guy, Ahmad. All right, so I'm going to try some of, it's another Stephanie. All right, I got a few people I'm going to call here. I can try because we don't know if they're going to answer the phone, right? So let me take down their numbers. Put on a notepad over here. And then let me try these out. And then, see, the thing is, I don't sell student loan leads. Kamani does. Kamani's a guy we're going to try to get on at 3:00 in 40 minutes. So let me see. He sent me an email. So he sells student loan live transfers, student debt live filtered transfer, 60-second buffer, $18. All right. So what does that mean? So he sells a live transfer, which we went over before. That means it's a call center. They pick up the phone. They're calling a lead. They're calling a lead. They pick up the phone, and then they filter it out, and then they turn around and they sell it. And they transfer it, and then they give it to the call center. So he sells them for $18. The 60-second buffer, what that means is that they will not get charged until the call lasts a minute. It could be 60 seconds. It could be 30 seconds. It could be 90 seconds. It could be 120 seconds. It could be whatever deal that's made, right? So, of course, that's how they're selling it. So that's how I have to sell it. I can't change it, right? I have to sell it their way. Everyone's going to be a little different, right? And how they sell this stuff. So student debt, live filter transfer. So when he says filtered, again, it's asking him the qualifications. Here's the problem. I haven't sold a student debt lead in a while, and I do not remember what the filters are. The standard filters. I don't remember exactly. I know it's like it has to be a federal student loan and whatever, and they can't, So I'm going to try to get around this. Hopefully don't ask me details, but let's see what happens here. So I'm going to see if I can bullshit my way through this. Now, my goal is to just get them to just take a test order, right? That's what you want to do. Test order. So I'm going to call a Stephanie Heaton from Student Loan Resource Group. So let's see how this plays out. It's my goal. Test order.
One moment, please. We are calling your party. Hi, you reached Stephanie. Please leave me a message, and I will get back.
All right. Let me try this Forrest guy. Hopefully someone picks up the phone.
This call is being recorded. If you do not wish to be recorded, please disconnect at this time. Please hold while I try to connect you. Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for Forrest.
Okay. This is the problem with doing this stuff live. Let me try. I think it's Ahmad. Ahmad. IMAD. San Diego. So was. Guess these are same cell service.
Yes, hello, Student Debt Services. This is Jason. How can I help you today?
Hi, is Ahmad there?
I'm sorry, who?
Ahmad?
I'm sorry, who am I speaking with?
Phil Smith. He emailed me about wanting leads.
Okay, let me just go ahead and confirm. That's Phil Smith, right?
Correct.
All right, thank you. Just a moment.
Okay.
Mr. Smith.
No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I am calling leads that we generated from a landing page. Give it 10 more seconds. I'll call somebody else. All right. So here's the thing. I don't normally generate leads for any other industry besides business loans. So what I did was I put up those Google ads I showed you guys yesterday to try to start generating leads for you guys. The issue is that this time of the year, not many people are looking for leads because it's freaking Christmas. So it picks up big time in January, big time. It also picks up big time in September after the summer. It's pretty consistent throughout the year, but during the holidays, actually not a great time. to do this, to try to drum up a lot of leads. So I also did was I generate some leads, but I also did an email blast to all my leads I generate over the years and said, all right, let me see if I can bring some people back in. So here's a lady. Its name's weird. It's Lil Doris, like one word. I don't know. So let's see. All right, let me try this one. So Kevin just wrote, I'm glad you're showing how it's done so people could see the actual effort. Yeah, listen, you got to call them, right? Now, usually what I would do, just so everyone knows, I would never randomly call people. What I would do is someone says they want to talk, they want leads, I'll email them back, hey, what's going on? Let's schedule a time to speak, right? You can give them a calendar link, let them schedule their own time. You could just come up with a time or say, hey, let me know when you're available. I'll just give you a call, right? Something like that. I never randomly call people. The problem is it's impossible for me to schedule times to call people during something like this, right? So it's a little difficult doing this live. I have done this before, but I recorded it. So I waited until I got somebody on the phone and then I recorded it, right? But keep asking your questions. I'll hopefully get somebody on the phone. Trying to think of another vertical I could do. Let me try to do credit repair. See what I got. I'm going to switch to credit repair. I got to.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice.
Okay. Let me try credit repair. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so it's a little difficult to read. This person's name is Joseph. Funding Ninja.
Hey, this is Joseph. Please leave your name and number, and I'll return your call.
All right. We got a Monique here. Let's try Monique. All right. Any other questions? I know this is tough sitting there waiting for this to happen, but this is live. This is the only way to do it. Is it Rachel? Connection. Do you ever leave a message? I don't. I never leave messages, actually. You should. You should.
And also, though, Phil, too, ideally, you're.
You've reached the desk of Monique.
What?
I was saying also, ideally, you're, emailing them too.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I usually don't do it this way. I usually set up a time to talk to people and contact them, right? Let's try this. Someone has to pick up the freaking phone. I mean, come on. So this is a Rachel. She's an attorney.
Thank you for calling Harrison Financial Group. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time.
I can't imagine this lady being in the office. Shit. I typed in the wrong. I typed in the wrong extension.
Thank you for calling Harrison Financial Group. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time.
Thank you for calling Harrison help you?
Yes, hi. Is Rachel in?
Let me see if Rachel is available. May I ask who's calling?
Phil Smith. She emailed me about credit repair leads.
All right, one moment, please.
All right, I'm closer. Probably get a voicemail.
Thank you for holding, Phil. She's away from her line. May I transfer you to her voicemail or take a message?
Sure. Thank you.
Hello, you've reached.
I'm going to try this Joseph guy back. The reason why, because he actually emailed me. Let's try one more time. Okay. What else we got?
Hey, this is Joseph. Please leave your name and number.
All right, let's see. Let me try. I'll go back to some business loan people. Let's try to find a business loan person that does not know me. This guy says, we've been trying to grab some MCA leads from you for some time. Send me a quote for lead types. All right, Hector. This guy does not sound familiar at all. But it's funny because he's actually like 10 minutes away from me. So let's see what happens. All right. I don't know. I don't think I know this guy.
Hello, this is Hector speaking.
Hey, Hector, this is Phil Smith giving you a call about the merchant cash advance leads.
Hey, how are you?
Not too bad. Have we ever talked before?
I don't. I talk to so many people though.
Okay. No, that's fine. I just making sure. All right, cool. Yeah, you know, your name didn't sound familiar. That's why I was asking. I see you're local. You're in Melville. So,
Yeah.
So cool. So I just wanted to, give you a call back. See, I can help you out. Are you looking for aged or real time or?
Real time.
Okay. So just so you give you a heads up, been doing this, God, since 2014. Probably generate almost 1 million leads at this point in time. And right now we're still going strong, been going strong this entire time, even during the shutdown. So the current lead price that we're selling at for real-time leads is only $15 since marketing costs are still low. So that's obviously a $10K in revenue in 6 months in business and exclusive real-time for 30 days.
Okay. And what's the name of your company again?
Name of the company is called PJP Marketing. So the website though is philipfsmith.com.
Okay.
Are you direct lender, or you do both?
Yes, we do both.
Okay.
We do both. You want to shoot me that over in the email and take a look at everything? So right now I'm in the middle of trying to get some deals funded.
Yeah, no problem. Are you in the are you in the Merchants Capital Access building? Are you over there? Where are you located?
We're in the Bank of America building.
Oh, the Bank of America. Okay, I got you. All right, cool. All right, yeah.
On Service Road.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll send you an email. We'll go from there.
Oh, thanks.
All right, thanks, man. All right, well, so how this is probably going to play out, right? Going to send them an email, some pricing. I know for a fact they lender, or they do both. Yeah, they broker leads and they only lend what they want to lend. There's direct lenders that only lend, right? That's all they do. I don't really think this guy's truly a direct lender and that's all they do. I have a feeling they do brokering too. So, but the fact that he knew he wanted real-time leads. So the way that he spoke, you got like the one thing I've learned, the way people speak, you can tell how confident they are and like what kind of lead buyer they are. I know that this guy buys leads. He was very confident, knew exactly what he wanted. You know, obviously he's busy trying to close deals. He's working even with today, and you know this. You have a bunch of snow on the ground. You know, you can kind of pick up on this guy. He's the VP of marketing and sales. What he says, you can kind of tell this guy has experience, knows what he wants compared to the other guy. I'm so small, I don't know, you know. And so you can kind of pick up on a buyer like this is a legit buyer, right? This is somebody that I would put a little extra time into. You know, maybe kiss his ass a little bit, right? Hey, how can I help you out? Versus, buy leads, don't buy leads. I don't give a shit. There's a lot of people I just don't care because I know it's a one-off top. I'm only going to sell these guys leads once and that's it. Like that other guy before, that's all he's going to be. One-time thing. So, if he does, he does. Yeah, it didn't really matter to me. This guy I can see. I'm actually shocked that I don't know who this guy is. I mean, I know everybody unless they're new. I mean, I don't really understand how I don't know who this guy is because he's down a road from me. It's kind of crazy. That kind of shows how many buyers there are. Like, think about that. That shows how many buyers there are. He doesn't know who I am. I don't know who he is, but he's local to me. And everybody around here that's in his business knows who I am. One way or another, they heard of me. So that kind of shows how many people there are, which is great. It's a good thing. So that guy, I know I can close that deal. I didn't want to obviously push him too hard on a phone call because he's busy, no big deal. I'll call him, talk to him another time. But all right, so here's a Paul Davis. Is there any questions? Oh no. Do you ever leave a message? All right, let's see what this is. Is there anything specific you guys want me to do or whatever? Let me do one more, and then I'll go into more on some selling stuff.
Hello?
Hey, is this Paul?
Yes.
Hey, this is Phil Smith giving you a call about the merchant cash advance leads.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's a great looking website. Very interesting. I'm right in the middle of something. Is this a good number for you?
Sure.
Can I call you back in an hour or so? Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's totally fine. Just real quick, are you a direct lender or a broker or ISO?
Broker.
Okay, cool. All right, no problem. Give me a call back when you can.
Will do. Thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, thanks. Bye. All right. This isn't going as well as I planned.
So in terms of the sales stuff, one thing you always say too, obviously you know a lot of the answers, but for someone that's starting new, one thing I've always heard you say to people is when you first started doing this, if you didn't know an answer to a question, you would say, instead of saying I don't know, you would say, oh, let me talk to my manager or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the whole partner thing, right? Yeah, just say, let me talk to my partner. Let me talk to my partner. It's funny. You know what I'll do? This is what I'll do. Let me do something different. Let me try to find somebody all right. I am going to call someone in tax. Okay. Tax relief. And I'm going to play it off that I don't know. That it's my partner or whatever. Well, let's pray that they answer the freaking phone. But this guy's name is literally Moo. I have no idea. It's MIOU. Oh, fuck. Is he French?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
So here's a guy that sent an email about tax. His name is Ed, and his response is, sure, sell me. That guy's going to be a freaking pain in the ass, right? You can just tell, right? He's one of those people going to sit back and want to, rip you apart. Wow, tell me why I should buy your leads. But let's call him. Let's have some fun. This guy's in California. I don't even have tax. The funny thing is I don't have tax leads to sell them.
Thank you for calling Nationwide Tax Advocates. You may dial your party's extension at any time.
I gotta make some shit up. I literally don't even have tax leads to sell. I'm gonna play this off. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna make shit up as I go.
Nationwide Tax Advocates, this is Ed.
Hey Ed, this is Phil Smith. You sent me an email about the tax leads saying, sure, sell me.
Oh, yes. How are you, Phil?
Not too bad. How about yourself? I love the email.
I was calling because I think you might have emailed me a while back ago. You guys do sell tax leads, I assume?
Correct. Yeah. I personally don't work on the tax stuff a lot myself. I work some other verticals, but I definitely did just want to give you a call and see how we can help you out. What leads do you normally buy? Real-time, aged, calls, forms?
We buy aged, we buy TV data, web form. That's what we do, but our budget is not extremely high. We don't do live transfers or anything like that, because when I did get the quotes from other people, it's extremely high. So I was more interested in the age data and TV calls kind of thing. I don't know if you guys do that or not.
Yeah, I could definitely get you aged. It's funny. I used to do my own TV stuff. I built out a lot of my own TV stuff. The problem with TV is, for when you do it yourself, you got to make sure you have someone that can take in all the calls, at one point in time and stuff like that. So what I started doing was I started working with some partners of mine who are a lot bigger than I am and can get you more of a steady flow of leads throughout the day for call, TV and radio. So where's your biggest appetite? Is it going to be TV?
Web data, to be honest, but the data we get from TV and web form right now, they're both great, but everything's a hit and miss, obviously. So the guy that I signed up with one guy, he's not working right now because things are slow for him, but I still have another guy that I buy from every single month. I wanted to see if I could maybe find one more. This depends on pricing and stuff, to be honest, and obviously the quality of the lead. So if you can maybe just send me like an email with your pricing and stuff for TV and web, and I can run it through by my team and see what we decide on doing. It's in no rush right now. It's holiday season, but effective January, I want to see if we can get something going over here.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll send you an email. We'll take it from there. And then one last question. Going into next year, are you, is your appetite going to be the same going into next year? You going to be going into different types of leads, or is everything going to stay the same?
No, I'm going to stay the same with web data and TV. That's what we stick to. We've been doing it for years, and it works for us. So we already have like an email blast. We have a marketing guy, but I just want to get some other things over here. We're doing great. It's not like we're hurting or we don't have good lead people, but I did get an email, and I think I got one from you last year. So I was like, let me see what they have available and kind of compare prices and see if we can add you guys onto the batch and if it makes sense. So I'm willing to give it a try if the numbers and stuff are right, but everything is a risk in business. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what we're looking at.
Exactly. All right, cool. Let me send you an email. We'll go from there.
Okay, thank you
so much. Appreciate it.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. So that's it. See, that's a good lead buyer, right? Why is this a good lead buyer? Clearly he buys leads. And what did you hear from him? I'm willing to try you out. I'm willing to add somebody else. I don't really need it. Like, he doesn't really need it, but he's willing to try it out. And that's what I always say. Lead buyers will always buy from multiple companies. You never have to worry like, oh my God, if I don't close this deal, I'm screwed. Right? Because let's just say he doesn't buy from today. I guess I emailed him let me look at my email. I don't sell a lot of tax at all. I haven't sold tax leads in freaking forever. I don't even have an email to this guy. This guy contacted me in March 18th of 2019. He filled out the form on the site. I don't even know how he found me. But I guess he remembers the site. So So basically, right, never saw leads from him, never talked to him. But what did you hear? What I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that they need leads. They are willing to try it. The price is right. Like he said, hey, it's a risk. I know. I'll test it out. Let's see what happens. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the attitude from a good lead buyer. And let's just say it works. These guys are buying leads every freaking day. You heard it. Every day. You get someone like that, even if you're only making $100 a day to start, $200 a day to start something small, it's consistent. The lead business is all about getting a lot of buyers, as many as you can, that are consistent buyers. Okay? Consistent buyers. That's all you really care about. Okay? So I'm going to pull up something. This is what I'm also going to do. I'm going to flip this around. You know how he just said radio and TV? I'm actually going to contact a radio and TV company. Let's see. I've never, I don't know if I ever talked to this lady. I haven't talked to her in a long time, I should say. But let me pull up the thing. I'm just going to call them and we'll see what happens. And I want you to hear how it is calling a lead provider and just asking them questions, right? Just going through that process. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up my account with another company and I'm going to show you a company that's paid me over $1 million. I'm going to pull up my account and let this thing go. And I'll pull this up for you guys. All right. So give me 1 second. I'm going to flip this around for you guys. And you call this lady up. Her actually number is in everyone's account. Whoever has a lead broker account, her number is in there. If you're part of our Make Money Faster service, we have a leads marketplace. So you get access to Kamani, get access to me, get access to this other company. So let me call this company right in front of you. Hopefully they pick up the phone. I'm surprised no one's called me back. Usually they call you back, especially if you're a business, you know? Someone calls you, missed the call, you call them back, typically. All right. Where is she? So let's flip this around. Let's see what we got. All right. I hate when people don't put a phone number. All right, so I am going to call a lead generator, and this is how you should contact them and learn, right, what you can resell. Because once you have a company like this that has a lot of different things you could sell, then you turn around and you start marketing it.
Hello.
Yes, hey, what's going on? My name is Phil. I just want to give you guys a call. I understand all the different verticals that you're in. Did I type in the wrong number? Oh.
Yeah.
I typed in the wrong number. Sorry. My bad. That's the problem with not wearing your glasses so you can actually see what the hell you're typing. Right, let's try that again. It was weird when he said hello. I was like... This company's out of Illinois.
Hi, this is Becky with Prime Media. I'm either on the phone or away from my desk.
All right, let me call the main number. This is why it's way better to schedule stuff. Put a schedule link in your signature, in your email.
Recorded for quality purposes.
And just do it that way. This is not the efficient way of doing this, right?
Good afternoon, Prime Media. This is Ashley. Are you a business that is looking to advertise on TV or radio, or are you looking for leads for your business?
I'm actually a broker, and I have a client that's looking for leads. Is there a way to talk to a salesperson?
Let's see. Currently, no one's available. I'm able to take a message. May I ask who is calling, please?
You know, let me give you guys a call later then.
Okay.
All right, thank you. What the fuck? I did not expect that to happen. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm trying to think of what I can do. You got any questions for me? They all know you. Yeah, well, that's the problem with the business loan space. I will give you that. If we were purchasing these leads from a lead generator flip, business loans, and also tax, what would you consider a good buy price for us? So, like business loans, real-time merchant cash advance leads, a real-time lead is going to cost someone 40 to 50 bucks, you know, off Facebook. I sell them for 15. You can easily sell them for 20, easily, all day long. Tax relief, let me see. Tax relief. Yeah, tax relief, we don't even have that. You would have to find somebody. You just gotta, this is the way that, so this is what I did, right? When I first started, so this company, right, that I just tried to call. So I would call them up and ask them how, you know, what verticals they have. Now, listen, I've already done this, just so you know. I was just trying to do it in front of you guys, but that company has credit card, erectile dysfunction, final expense, health insurance, legal tort, mortgage, pain relief, rehab, reverse mortgage, student loan, and tax. So they sell tax at $59. And then what you do is you make 10%. So that's how they do it. They allow you to resell their stuff. You're going to make 10% on it. So $59, obviously make $5.90 on that one call. Pain relief is 75. Rehab is 65. Reverse mortgage is 89, right? This is all in your, I logged into the account. All this is there already. So the point was that I just want to kind of go through the process with you guys listening in, but I already did that. I contacted them. I know this company existed for years. I said, hey, listen, I have people that want to do this. You know, can I let them resell your stuff? So you have access to Rebecca, who didn't pick up her phone, and then you can resell this stuff. So they mainly do TV and radio. They only do TV and radio. And a lot of these calls, most of them are TV. There's only 2 radio ones. I think Kamani's coming in. It seems like the assumption in the leads will be exclusive. Any thoughts on how to approach the sales process if you're trying to do shared real-time leads? If you're doing shared, then just tell them you're doing shared. Some people will be okay with that because they're getting a cheaper price, or some people won't like it because it's not exclusive, right? So I've never sold share leads. I always stay in the exclusive world. So it's just really up to you on selling that. Kamani, can you hear me? You're on mute, just so you know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear.
Hey, man, how's things?
Going well.
All right, cool, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
So I just try to do some sales calls in front of everyone. Obviously, you know how it is. They don't pick up the phone. So we did a couple of them, but a lot of people didn't pick up the phone. So clearly that's the wrong way to do it. Don't just call people out of the blue, schedule a time. But let's take a step back. So everybody, this is Kamani Smith, no relation, or unless if there is one, we don't know it yet. I've actually, I guess we kind of knew each other just through like email and stuff in the industry for years. Then one day when I started this lead business, I called you up and I said, hey, listen, I know you've been around a while. You want to be involved in this and help people, you know, close some deals. Right.
Yeah.
Then that was like, I think like the beginning of last year. And then they started doing events. You came to what? The Vegas event and the Orlando event, I think. Those are the two. And obviously we had a great time. That was a good time.
Always.
So if you want to real quick, just give everybody, quick background on yourself. What you're mainly doing these days, which verticals, and just tell them how you got into the business.
Yeah, definitely. I've been in lead generation or lead sales for about 12 years now. Before that, I was a mortgage broker, and just kind of got tough there when there was a downturn for mortgages, and wanted to look to do something that is more residual. Mortgages, you get a big commission and then you got to go find another one. But doing lead gen, I've had clients for years. And some of them still order weekly. But really, how I got into it, I was a manager at a mortgage company, like a sales manager, and so I would do like all the lead ordering, and we were just getting like call sheets, nothing like filter transfers or anything, basically calling out of a phone book. But so I would do the lead orders, and the guy I worked with, he would sell the data, and he'd help me out, and we'd talk weekly. And then rates got really good back then. They dropped to like 6.5, and so he wanted to do a refinance. And so I was like, yeah, I can help you out, And so I'm, getting his documents in, and the guy had made about $400,000, the year before, selling data. He didn't even have like live leads, and so just stayed in touch with him, and we became friends. And then that's kind of how I got into it. That's what I looked to do once, there's basically not a way to do mortgages in Florida for, 6-7 months. And so that's when I got into it. And ever since, just sold a lot of different verticals, mostly in distressed financials. That's always there. I started out doing loan modification leads, which those were real hot back then. But have done mortgage transfers, tax, debt. Right now, debt settlement is really hot. I have a lot of different calls for that. Student loan consolidation, that's been around for about 6-7 years. People have a big appetite for that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But basically, just get the clients on, keep them happy, and every time they order, you make money.
So let me ask you a quick question. You obviously you got in a long time ago. You understood the market. You saw somebody making money, and doing the mortgage brokering and doing this. Which one's the easier sell?
Definitely the lead sales.
So if you talk to 10 companies that want to buy leads, how many are you closing?
If like the ones like if somebody's going on Google and searching for a lead company and you call them, typically, you'll close half of them.
Yeah. Yes. I hear you. Same thing. I always say I'll close at least half. Definitely. Obviously that's somebody that's interested, right? I mean, if you talk to somebody that's not interested and they're window shopping, that's different, but on average, you're probably closing half. So your biggest vertical is what right now? I know you just said a couple of them, but what's your biggest?
I have the most clients in student loan consolidation. That's pretty close.
And overall, one of the biggest things I always tell people is the ability to pivot and change. So like you said, if you were selling mortgage leads back in the day, clearly that died, right? 08, 9, 10, right? So
yeah,
the cool thing,
it definitely got tougher.
Exactly. But the cool thing is that you could just switch. If you're selling mortgage one day, you can start selling student loan another, maybe tax tomorrow, maybe credit repair the day after, maybe business loans the day after that, right? What is the one thing that you need to sell leads for you? Who do you need to find to sell leads?
Anybody.
Exactly.
Anybody
right?
that's selling a product. Yeah.
Exactly. All you need to do is find someone who's providing leads and you flip them. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. It's the whole business. It's funny. What did you say to me when I first told you about this entire e-learning thing? And you go, what do you talk about every single week? You can explain this business in 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
You're like, and you're probably still scratching your head like, and you're still talking about this stuff, a year or 2 years later. Like, how many times can you say the same thing over and over again? It's such a simplified business. So yeah, you're 100% right. It's definitely a very simplified business. So somebody's asking
and you
a question.
do want to stay diversified. I mean, for instance, this week I sold a big batch of aged mortgage leads to a solar company. I have about 6 or 7 student loan consolidation floors that ordered, last week for this week, 4 or 5 debt settlement, and I have a couple tax companies that, take filtered tax transfers. So, it's a array of different products. If something happens, and it does, we've seen it with loan mod, with debt, like companies get shut down, new rules. But if you're diversified, you'll still have that, your other companies.
Yeah.
You can build those up more.
Exactly. You never want all your eggs in one basket, no matter what you're doing, right? So it's funny that you just said that. So that's the other thing about this is knowing to get a certain lead type from another lead type. So like you just said, you got, what'd you just say? Credit repair from solar? Is that what you just said?
Well, like mortgage, right? So solar companies, they'll have appointment setters, and someone opts in on a mortgage page. Well, we know they're a good credit homeowner, and we know their zip code. So, these solar companies will just buy a bunch of data,
right,
and reach out to them. Yeah.
So just so everyone knows, like that's an idea, right? So now you're basically to sell to solar lead companies, you can actually go buy the data from mortgage companies, right, to give to them. So there's a way you can basically transition from one vertical to another. Same concept as selling credit repair from a mortgage, right? People want to fix their credit only when they have a reason to. Nobody wants to fix their credit for fun. But I want to buy a house. Okay, now I care about fixing my credit. I need a car. Now I care about fixing my credit. So sometimes the best lead flow is from another source in another industry. Not let me go run an ad for credit repair. Let me go buy it cheaper from a mortgage company. Right. So just so everyone understands. So a quick question, Matthew has, with these debt consolidation leads, do the lead gen companies ask if the leads are homeowners? I may want to buy these leads to approach them about refinances. So with the debt consolidation leads, do the lead gen companies ask if the leads are homeowners? Is that a question that you get?
No. Typically, when you do any type of either display ad or Google search to generate the lead, you want to have the least amount of information possible.
Right.
Or you want to ask for the least amount. So the more fields that you have, the lower it's going to convert on your Google click. So typically, if it's for debt, just you're not going to ask if they're a homeowner. There is data, from people that want to get a personal loan, that's going to be very detailed because they're actually doing a loan application. Most of them get turned down. And so now you can see that they are a homeowner. But I mean, the best way would be just get, 30 to 90 day old refinance leads.
Right. And another question is, how does the process typically work for refi leads? Are you referring to obviously mortgage, but when you say how does the process typically work, what do you mean by which process? The selling process, the lead gen process? So typically, how do you find your lead buyers today? Like, you find someone new that wants to buy leads from you. Where's your effort being put for that?
Well, if I was directing someone where to find lead buyers, I always go and because I just have a lot of clients. I have a big database. What I used to do is I would go to look for the companies that are hiring. So if you go to, and Craigslist was a big part of that. I'd go to Craigslist and go to different cities and go to the job section and type in, mortgage or debt settlement, or just type in inbound calls, because you can typically find calls for anything. But and what they'll say, like on the ad, no cold calling, lots of inbound calls. Well, if they're hiring more people, they need more, and people are always willing to try different sources.
Right.
So that's where I would get a ton of business, reaching out to those companies. Anybody who's hiring is going to need the phone to ring.
There you go. So it's funny. I think you've told me that in the past, and I was like, that's a good one. So finding companies that want to hire, and then what I also tell people is go find companies that are advertising for their services, because clearly they're generating leads. so that's the free way, right? The easy way to do it, to just go find companies that are growing by hiring people, or companies that are doing their own advertising, contact them. And like he just said, and like we said before, companies are always willing to test you out. That's it. Because listen, if the leads don't work, they don't work. And if they work, you probably got a buyer that's going to buy leads from you for a long time. And that's what you want. You only need one. Let me ask you this question. What's the largest? Like, I've had two companies. I've had Lendio and Nav both pay me over $1 million over, since 2015. What's the most amount of money? Now, again, I'm the lead generator, so I have all the leads myself, so I have all that control. From your end, I know you work closely with lead generators, but what's the most amount of money you've ever seen one company pay one lead provider? Like multiple seven figures? What have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I'm trying to think of the company that came out of Countrywide. I went out and met with them. They were like in Simi Valley, and they used to buy 40,000 a week worth of mortgage calls.
Yeah.
And, that adds up over 6-8 months, a year. But, you can definitely have, multiple companies. I used to have, right when student loans started, I mean, there were companies buying 200-300 calls a day, and you could do that on Google. It was easy. There's a lot of restrictions now on generating those types of calls, but they would spend $20,000-$25,000 a week.
Yeah, I hear you. The question was finding lead buyers and a type of leads they prefer. So yeah, so the process is that. So that's what you learn, right? So what I do is if someone sends me an email and they say I want leads, or they fill out the form on my website, my first question is, what kind of leads do you want? You want real time or age? Now, what you could do on your own website and your own form is add those options and ask what type of leads are you interested in, and put all the options, so then you know instantly what they choose. You still obviously want to confirm it, even after they do that. So I don't ask those questions because I know I'm going to ask it anyway. And even if they do type it out and they say it, I still ask again just to confirm. But that's how I do it. I just send them an email. What leads are you interested in? And then, once you understand an industry, like, Kamani, like different industries, people want different types of leads, right? So like, I know it with business loans, they want forms. They do not want live transfers. So give us an example of two different industries where they want different types of leads. Like that's the hot lead.
Well, MCA for sure, and also auto warranties. They want forms. They don't want the live calls.
Okay.
People fill out a form. They are, more likely to answer the phone. Now, when you do talk about distressed financials, like if it's a debt settlement, a lot of times people are behind on their payments and they're not answering the phone, and those ones are tougher to contact. So
right.
People will usually want live calls for that.
Yeah.
You're never going to contact 100% of the, you can take off like 20-30% if you're buying even real time. Age, maybe take out 50-60%.
Right.
Of contact. But if you want 100% contact, you take the call.
And what does student loan want these days?
It's all calls for student. Well, that and aged. I mean, some people generate their own calls, so they'll buy. I generate a lot from Facebook, like inbound calls. So I have a bunch of phone numbers, right? So the ones that I don't turn into calls after 30 days, you know, you can sell those. Some people like them after 90 days and they'll pay 2-3 cents and, you know, buy 100,000 of them and then put them in their ringless voicemail or however they reach out to them.
Right.
But for the most part, you know, you want to take like a transfer on those. Just so you can get so many in a day. I mean, it's all volume with that industry.
Yeah. I got you. Would you rather be in an industry where you sell a lot of volume, but the profit's not as much, but you make it back in volume, or an industry where you make a lot per lead, but there's not a lot of volume?
Definitely the volume. And it's really not close. You know, like I have a guy who's buying tax transfers, you know, for $100, and, you know, I can make $10, you know, so that's pretty good, you know, per call. But how many can you get? You know,
right.
He can, you know, it's limited states. They are tough to qualify. You have something else in there where, you know, you have to rely on a rep to qualify them correctly, get it over. And, you know, if it's a good day and you get 15 over, that's great. But if I have an automated call and I can send 150, but I'm only making $1, and I just let it run, and, you know, they every Friday they buy 500, 750, however many they want for next week. That's always the easiest way.
Yeah, exactly. Or just straight.
And that's why those click-to calls that I was talking about, the Google calls, I mean, you just put more money in the ad spend and you generate more calls. So, you know, at one point we were doing 1,500 to 2,000 a day. And, you know, you could fill the orders. People were happy and, you know, could do real well.
Yeah. Another question is, what about those ask sample free leads, solo ISO guys? What about those ask sample free leads? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
I mean, I'm assuming someone asking for a sample.
Someone's just asking for a sample of free leads. Yeah, I mean, I personally never ever do that. What about you?
No, I mean, that means they don't have a budget. And also, I don't know that I probably have given some, but I don't know if I've ever gotten an order.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just not, you know, I try to do the same thing you do. I just say, look, you know, I'll be here if you want them. And they'll just keep calling around and there'll be people to give them a sample, but, you know, that's the best way to do it. The takeaway is pretty powerful.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Right. So what I do is anytime someone says they want free leads, that means instantly I know that they're not like a good lead buyer, right? I just called the guy before about tax, and he said straight up, "Hey, listen, I know it's a risk. I'll try him out. You know, we'll see what happens," type of thing. Like, that's a good buyer. He knows. When someone says, "Oh, give me 5 leads, I'll test them," that's a shitty buyer, because they don't know anything about buying leads. They don't know what it takes to be successful. They don't realize they need 100+ leads to get a good test. So that buyer's not going anywhere anyway. And there was, when I first started doing this, I did do it once. Like, hey, listen, it sounded good. Let me just give this guy some free leads. You know, I give a guy free leads, right? I call him like 2 days later, or I email him 2 days later. Hey, what's going on? He goes, "Oh, I haven't got to him yet." People put zero value on free. It's like, dude, I give you free real-time leads and you don't call them? You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, never again, man, because they put zero value on free. So that right off the bat, that's a horrible lead buyer anyway. But let me ask you this, because this is something that I've noticed over the years. Let me ask you this. Anyone that ever takes a real-time form, okay, forget about calls, a real-time form, and they're like, I want real-time forms coming in. Have you ever got a reorder from somebody who does not have an API set up?
You know, I mean, when I really did forms, it was probably 10 years ago, and it really wasn't that prevalent. I know that people, when I could post them, they would do a lot better.
Yeah.
And stay on for sure. You know, but I definitely had clients that would take them and, we would just email them.
Yeah. So this is what I learned. Anybody who does not have that automation set up on their end, the chance of them ever reordering or being a big buyer is slim to none. Because it's so hard to be successful with the leads if you're not efficient as a company selling your own product or service, right? It's just so So I say to people, if anyone ever comes to you that wants to buy leads, let's just say forms, for example, if they don't have an API set up and all that stuff, don't ever expect a reorder. It's going to be a one-time deal because it's so makes it so difficult on them to ever make any money. And then when somebody does have an API and they have all that stuff set up, then you have obviously it's not a guarantee they're going to be a reorder, but it's just that it's a much better chance of doing it. Another question is, do you have to focus on specific geographical area on your website? So I personally do not do anything that's local in any way, shape, or form. I only do nationwide, but I'm assuming Kamani's the same. But what about you? Do you do anything local? I know solar obviously has a local aspect to it, but what have you done local at all?
I mean, mortgage, you kind of have to. Typically what I see, like I have a guy on right now, he takes California only. I'll do it because I can get him, 10 a day, 10 transfers a day,
It's never going to scale.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's consistent. So yeah, if they have licenses, but typically with what I do, they'll pull out a few states. Like, it's not good to do debt or student loan debt in Washington, so you typically have those states, a handful of states that are taken out.
Right.
But one time I did try to do it. It is tough. And I had, I was doing bankruptcy leads and they worked well, but again, you can't even do a whole state. Now I had a company in, they would take Orange County and Los Angeles County. So you had plenty of people, but it's just not something that you could really scale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the reason why I always stayed away from it from that perspective. But yeah, you are right. I mean, yeah, mortgage and stuff is just certain things you have to do it because that's the only way to do it. It's harder to find nationwide mortgage companies unless they're really large. But to answer your question also, do you have a focus on geographical area on your website? I don't, from a marketing perspective, I don't do that either. So I just basically market everything nationwide. If anybody comes to me and they have a specific request, they're going to request it. But I don't target anything locally from finding lead buyers. I don't target anything locally in any way. You don't really need to. Anyone that comes to you, they're just going to tell you what their needs are, and then you can decide, if you want to get involved in that. All right, cool. So if you had one piece of advice of anyone trying to get into the lead business, what would it be?
I mean, it's pretty easy again, like people, if you're talking to a buyer, they want to know what the cost is, what are the filters, how's it delivered? I mean, that's pretty much it. And that's very easy to learn. And then I would say just, I used to just send a ton of emails, go to Craigslist, go to, I did a video and I think it's still in the group.
Yeah.
Where you find, that Scotsman's Guide, that has, thousands of emails, and you just email people, and that's a free way to find buyers. And it's just a simple, hey, could you use some leads? Would you like some inbound calls? Something like that. And a lot of people get back to you. And I mean, that's how I got started.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm with you. When I first started, I started just calling companies, cold calling them, finding them through like Affiliate Summit, LeadsCon, the conference websites, like look up the exhibitors and stuff. So I reached out to companies there. I started reaching out to like affiliate networks and see if I can try to find a way to work with those guys. You just do whatever you can do, right? Then I started doing paid ads, and I started doing Google AdWords and putting up the keywords like, business loan leads, student loan leads, etc., and just had people come to me. So, I mean, it all works, right? It's just the key to this business is not go out and try to find a million customers. It's to find the whales, right? Find those smaller percentage of companies that will just be reorders and be consistent, because once you have that for years, the money just is this there. It comes in every week, every month, whatever. Another question. Yeah, the residual income. That's exactly it. So people always ask me the difference between a loan business and a lead business. I tell them the loan business, like your mortgage, right? Being a mortgage broker. Yeah, you go out, you get that one deal, you make a bunch of money, and then you got to go repeat. Where the lead business, not going to make as much money typically. I mean, listen, I definitely have pulled out, of $50,000 orders. I mean, we've done that. The biggest one-time order I've ever had was $78,000. I got paid out by NAV. That's for 1 month of leads, but that's like the biggest one-time payment I ever got. But in terms of the lead business is all about the residual, and finding, a bunch of, a small group of companies that I can keep doing that. The fact that, I can say I've had 2 companies pay me over $1 million each. You'll never say that in the mortgage space. You never say that in the business loan space, where one company or one deal ever put you that much money in your pocket. It's never going to happen. But you got to, I'm not saying that one's better than the other. It's just different, right? That's all it is. It's just different. So it's just up to what people want to do. NAV buys every day. Yeah. So the question was, why didn't NAV continue to buy? I still sell. I was going to show you guys my NAV chart. I've reached over $1 million with them. They still buy leads from me every single day to this day. Another question is it best to have one landing page for each vertical? Yes. Have one landing page for each vertical that you're promoting, and you can have all of them on one website. So I have one website and I have a bunch of different verticals on them. And then I just have each one of their own landing page. And if I want to send somebody to there, just give them that exact link to go to.
That's what we went over yesterday too. It's very, so if you weren't here yesterday, the way we have it set up, it's very easy to duplicate a page and then adjust it for that vertical.
Exactly. Just hit the duplicate button. It duplicates the page for you. You go in, you edit the text, and you're good to go. All right, cool, man. Appreciate it, Kamani. How is it in Denver? Cold? Snow? What do you got going on?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 60 this weekend, but it's probably about 40 right now.
Yeah, we just got, I think, like 6 or 8 inches last night here in Long Island. Jersey, some parts of Pennsylvania, upstate New York, got like 40 inches. So,
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we got some parts got hit hard. We haven't had snow. I haven't used my snowblower in the last two seasons. So it's been a while. It's been crazy here the last 2 winters.
Same here. I like 3-4 times I have to shovel a year.
Yeah. So, all right, man. I appreciate your time. We'll talk soon, and we'll get this thing going.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much. And then I'll give you a call later.
Okay. Take care.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right, cool. So yeah, I mean, listen, he's obviously been in the industry for a while, longer than I have. I've only been since 14. He's been in, sounds like almost 10, 12 years. So but you heard what he did to get started, just put the effort in, put the time in, and you just build up that clientele over the years. Now, the difference between him and me was became the lead generator. He has, been involved in lead gen a little bit, but he's mainly been a broker and has worked closely with lead generators, large lead gen companies, and work closely with them, but he's never really become his own personal lead gen business. So that's the difference. Nothing's wrong with it, right? It's just wherever you want to go. So that was my transition. So you have to decide for you. Do I want to stay a broker and just continue and grow it? Or do I want to take jump in the lead gen side and own the data? Because that's where the real money is. That's where you 10X your business, right? Where when you start to own it. So not for everybody. I know another guy, this guy, Bill, he's out of Florida. Finally, because funny, you meet these guys on the internet, right? And you never really meet them. And so this guy, Bill, I was down in Florida in 2009. Yeah, I think it was last year or the year before. I forget, 18 or 19. I was at West Palm Beach and I ended up meeting him. And he's been in stuff for like over 10 years, just pushing data, like he just said. Yeah, there's people that just put data. They don't sell leads. It's just straight data. And this guy just moves data. It's crazy. And I sit there and think about it. I'm like, yeah, well, it's data. You're not doing anything with it. That's the crazy part to me because I concentrate on monetizing leads. Like, what else can I sell these leads? What else can I offer them? Where these guys have all this data and they just sell it once and that's, or not just sell it once, but they just sell the data. They don't do anything else with it. That's crazy to me. But, listen, we're all different. We all have different, goals or, skill sets, and they don't really think of it that way, right? He may not even realize that you can even do it. Who knows? All right, what else we got? Let me just try to do one more call. Actually, you know what? Someone just tried to call me. Let me call this person back and see if it was one of the people I just called. Let's do that. I don't know. It was either like a spam call or somebody calling me back.
Well, the question is about the API. How do we do that? And what software do we use? We use a software called Lead Conduit. Lead Conduit, Phil, we obviously have it set up for a long time now, but they actually will provide you with assistance on the links and stuff to that are needed to send to the buyer, correct? Like
Yeah.
when you first set everything up.
Yeah, when you first set everything up, they're going to give you what's called posting instructions. So when they give you their posting instructions, if you run your own system, you got to set it up. Or if you're going to, like if any one of you said, hey, Phil, I have a buyer that wants to buy your real-time leads. This is only for real-time forms, just so you know, real-time forms. You don't need this for calls. You don't need this for age leads. It's just real-time forms. And then what happens is they, and this is only if you are the lead generator. You do not need to set up an API if you are not the lead generator, just so you understand. Right. It's not needed. So, but if you're brokering my leads or anybody's leads that has forms, you're going to get to your buyer. Typically, I try not to set up an API if it's like a small test order. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So I kind of wait and say, all right, let's see if it's going to be a real buyer. Unless I know they're a real buyer and they're larger, I'm like, okay, then it's worth setting it up. But sometimes I try not to because I don't feel like spending the time on it. But what happens is you would go to your buyer and say, hey, your buyer, I need your posting instructions. They would send it to you. Obviously, you would forward it to me, and then we would set it up. We'd run a test lead. I would tell you, hey, here's a test lead. Make sure they got it. You go from there. And that's it. That's all you need to do. You can get, a copy of the lead just so you know, all right, I see the leads coming in. We could send you an email so you know what's happening. Stay on top of it. Know when the order is almost up so you can reach out to them and say, hey, your order's almost up. You know what, you want to continue, that type of stuff. So, yeah. So, but again, you do not need that stuff unless you're actually generating leads. And I got to tell you, that's the technical side of lead business, which is not my favorite thing to do at all. But the good thing about like companies or, obviously having an Alex around, you could go to the company and just tell them, hey, here you go. This is the posting instructions. Can you guys set this up for me? I used to do that a lot. And so I don't have to worry about it. All right. So someone emailed me about leads. Guy's name is Rick. We'll try another call. Keep asking your questions. See what we got.
Hello, you reached Rick. I'm sorry I've missed your call.
Wow. Bad day on the phone, huh? Nobody wants to answer their phone anymore. All right. So a couple of things when it comes to, does anyone not fill out the form for a strategy call? What is the fastest amount of time you have had a student make money in the lead broker business? The thing is, I only know if someone makes money if they tell me, like I had a guy comment on one of my ads. I don't even know who this person is. And they said, I've been a part of this thing for 7 months and it's changed my life. I'm like, I think his name was Corey Parker. I'm like, who the fuck is Corey Parker? Right. So I don't know who the guy is. And he says I changed his life and he's been doing this for 7 months. I'm like, cool. All right. So I have no idea the fastest because, they would have to literally tell me. But here's the thing. Like Kamani said, like I always say, you should close half the people you speak to. So if you talk to 5 people in a day, you should close 2 of them at least. And if you do that in the first day, you're going to close 2 deals in a day, right? So you're the more leads you generate, the more people you talk to, the faster you're going to close a deal. So if you do that in a day, it's going to happen in a day. If it takes you a week, if it takes you a month, so it's really on you on how fast it's going to be. In terms of when you get to that point and you get someone on the phone, you should be closing that stuff right away. So the question is, how fast are you going to get to that point? So that's really on you to get to that point. Now, we do have services, just so everyone knows. It's called our done for you services, where you don't even have to speak to anybody. All your leads will go to Kamani. He picks up the phone and closes them. Right? You guys do a 50-50 split. He pays you out. He pays you directly to me. I don't make any money. So it's funny. When I first told him, hey, listen, you want to do this I'm going to create this service, but I need someone to close the deals. I know you do this every day. You interested? He goes, sure. He goes, how much do you want to make on it? I'm like, nothing. He goes, what do you mean? No. How much should I pay you to do this? I'm like, no, I don't want anything. He's like, no, I really think you understand my question. Like, no, seriously, I do not want to make any money on anyone's deals. Just fucking make the money yourself. I want to see them make some money. I want to see him continue to do this. So that was at our Vegas event. That was October of 19. January 20, I see him again. He goes, are you sure? Because he's like, I got people making money, dude. Are you sure you know what? I'm like, dude, just keep it. So I should have brought that up. That was funny. But one thing I should actually brought up to, I should have had him ask like the people making money. Cause I talked to him the other day. I'm like, how's things going? He's like, yo, I still got people fucking closing deals, man. Still coming in. So all you need to do for that service is generate the lead. You generate the lead. He picks up the phone and calls them, does all the work for you. And then he will actually tell you which verticals to target. Like right now, I said, I know he's doing debt is big for him and student loan, right? Those are 2 I know that he's like really pushing. There's others, but I think that's what he's pushing hard right now. That's it. Student loan's big right now because of what's going on, right? So student loan consolidation's big. Debt is big. Everyone's in freaking debt, man. Everyone's in debt. Next year, bankruptcy is going to be massive. Next year, you know what's going to be big? Foreclosures. Foreclosures are going to skyrocket. I think 30% of people are behind a mortgage right now. The thing is, they can't foreclose, right? Legally, no one's allowed to kick anybody out of a freaking house right now. Wait until next year, though. It's going to come crumbling down. All right? So what do you want to be? You want to be the person selling leads to those foreclosure companies. That's what you want to be. So it's coming. There's some good ones out there. Oh, look, I just had someone else email me. Hey, Phil, can you get me up to 100 leads for the week after the holidays? Let me call this guy. There we go. Hopefully I don't type this in wrong. Shit. Did I read that right? So I refuse to wear glasses.
Please hold while I try to connect you.
Everyone loves this ringtone, huh?
Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for Alex D'Angelo.
Jesus Christ. I like to hear some of those extreme cases. I understand everything's based on my effort. What about reverse mortgages? What do you mean, what about reverse mortgage? What about them? And what do you mean by extreme cases? If I was a broker, your $1 business loan leads how? Okay. I'll answer the question. Let's.
I can't get to the phone right now.
Jesus Christ. All right. Okay. Okay. So when it comes to my leads, just to give you guys a little heads up, when it comes to my leads, I actually never have sold my leads to brokers. The reason why is I don't want them taking my leads and then selling them 100 times. So I've always stayed away from selling to brokers. Now, this is only a very unique case because it's just my business loan leads. Now, you can take my real-time leads. It's fine. But I don't allow anyone to resell my age business loan leads. Through this, what I've done is I've allowed it in a unique way. It doesn't really benefit you that you can make some money, but it doesn't really benefit you for all the reasons why we say to do this. But it should, and I'll tell you the reason why. The reason why I don't do it is because I don't want people to buy leads from me and then take them and go sell them 100 times. It'll destroy the value. That's the reason why I can still sell at a premium. And that's the reason why I can sell leads. I had that company. I showed you the invoices yesterday. That company take hundreds of thousands of leads from me from years ago, like the leads I generated years ago. And they made a profit. They paid a premium and still made a profit on them because I never destroyed the value by overselling them. So the way I do it in this business, in this thing, when you sell my leads, I say sell them for $1 because that is a good price. I kick you back 20%. So think of it as you get them for 80 cents, you sell them for $1, you keep 20%. And then what I do is I send them directly to your buyer using a way that there's no way to try. This isn't my way of like, oh my God, I want to steal your buyer from you. And then what I'll do is I hide myself through an email that they'll never know. And then I send them the leads and I send them, making it look like it's you. So that's how I do it. That's the only, the only, that's, goes against what I say. Hey, do this stuff and get the leads. You can do it in any other vertical from any other buyer. You can resell their leads. They'll give you the leads. Like Kamani, you sell any of Kamani's leads. They're going to give them to you. You're going to hold on to them. And then you can do all the stuff I tell you about. So that's what but for my age leads, I don't want brokers having them because I don't want them to destroy the value. So that's just my leads. You can go out and buy age leads from anybody else, right? Anybody in the business loan space. You got MCAleads.com, you have Pop Crumbs, you have all these other companies that sell MCA leads that you can buy. They'll give them to you and it won't be an issue. That's just the way it's fine. But anyway, that's just the way it is for my, so that's the only thing that I have. I was just following up with your answer previously. Sorry, man. But the reverse mortgage, I'm not just like to hear some of the extreme cases. I understand everything based on my effort. Do you give us a list of verticals you are in? So yeah, so so it depends on which service you have from us. But we do have a lead marketplace where we have a list of verticals, the prices that you can go and resell. Can you send me the email instructions on how to get started with generating network marketing leads and automotive sales leads? I mean, I don't have email instructions for you
we know a guy that does network marketing. So.
Network marketing is tough, man, because the problem with network marketing people that would take those leads in, unless it's for you, right? If it's for you and you have a way to monetize them, but people that buy network marketing, the people that do network marketing typically don't make a lot of money on like MLMs, unless you're doing like those one-up systems where they do make a lot of money, but who knows if those things are even legal or not. But yeah, Brian. So yeah, I mean, listen, you can certainly, if you have buyers, you have a way to do it. Great. Network marketing leads are just BizOp leads. I generate those every single day. Everyone here is from a BizOp lead, right? So that's really what a network marketing lead is. It's just a BizOp lead. So I generate those myself. I mean, if you have someone so I've had people come to me and say, hey, Phil, I have another opportunity. Can you promote it? I usually say no because I have my own stuff, but I'm always open to hearing what people have and maybe it'll be worth promoting something else if it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, a network marketing lead is a BizOp lead. We do that every single day. We spend thousands and thousands or tens of thousands of dollars a month, I should say, on BizOp leads every month. So we know how to generate those leads ourselves. It just depends on what you're advertising, right? So what are you promoting, and what's the best way to promote it? We know really good ways to advertise BizOps. We've learned what people get attracted to on Facebook and stuff, and now we're doing YouTube too. Automotive sales leads. When you say automotive sales, what do you mean? Like auto loans, fixing cars? Like, what do you mean by automotive sales? I'm not looking to resell your age leads. I need them for my virtual assistants to go. Okay, yeah. So I get it. So that would be part of the loan broker. So if you're part of the loan broker, you can buy leads right in your account. You could take them and start promoting your business loans to them. Are your age leads those you have not sold? No, every single lead gets sold as a real-time lead. Then 30 days later, it gets sold as an age lead. So real time, I sell right now for that $15 or so, and then an age lead gets sold for $1. Do you give us a list of vertical? Answer that. Can you break down the different levels of memberships you offer? It's really, we literally go from getting for $1 all the way up to 50K. So that's a good question. If you want to do that strategy call, talk to them about that, and they'll break it down. And they'll also figure out like where you should be, right? Because here's the thing, it's not very black and white. There's some overlap, and because if somebody really wants to become a lead generator, that's one. Then we kind of like customize the services for you for that. If somebody says, I really want to become a lead broker and that's it, then we go that direction. If someone says, I want to become a loan broker and I want to build out my own, broker shop and have, 10 guys, that's another way, right? If someone says, I want to become a loan broker, but eventually become a lead generator, so that's why these strategy calls are important, because we do different things in these different services and there is overlap. It's hard to just say, this is this, this is this, this is this. So to make it simple though, as simple as possible, we do have the low end. It's $1. Depending on which service you choose, it's either going to be $47 a month right now or $97 a month. We do have a small offer. An offer where you get 2 years of service for only $388. So for the loan broker and lead broker, you get 2 years of service for only $388, and we build your website for free. So that comes out to $16 a month. That's your best deal at that level. Then it goes to $1,000. So it goes from that to $1,000, and then it goes all up to $50. Right. So that's the easiest way to kind of break it down for you. And you just decide, where you fit in and what you need from us. So for example, if you say, I want you guys to close all my deals for me, then that's that's a certain level. If you say, Phil, I want to work with you one-on-one. I want a one-on-one call with you for 3 months to get this thing going. Well, that's a different service, right? So it just depends. I have a lead gen thing, a lead gen service where I become your first buyer. I put you right into the lead gen business. I become your first buyer and I pay you out on that. I put you right into lead gen business, right? So that's different, right? So again, like it depends on what your goals are to be. If you're like, I want lead gen, then we'll give you this. If I want to be a lead broker, we'll give you this. You want to be a loan broker, I'll give you this. You want a combination, we'll give you this, right? You want that extra one-on-one. I want to talk to somebody every week, one-on-one. Then that's, we add something else on, right? So that's why we got to get you on the phone and really understand. And that's why Richard from before and those guys, that's why they're there. I'm promoting a biz called 7K Metals. I want to start promoting leads to salespeople. I want to start promoting leads to salespeople in the automotive industry. Okay, so the 7K Metals, Michael, how much do you make when you bring somebody in? Right? You bring somebody into 7K Metals, what do you make on that right away? And then the other question is, when you say, I want to start promoting leads to salespeople in the automotive industry, you're talking about selling cars, like, right? Salespeople selling cars. So you're looking for people who want to buy a car, right? We're not talking about something else. Just want to make sure what we're talking about here. Because what you do then in that case is you to go, that's a local industry, right? So you're going localized. It's hard to find, dealerships are local, right? You're not going to sell to a Ford or a Toyota, right? You got to deal with the dealership. So the best way to do that, there's actually that company I told you guys about before, out of Florida. They're huge in auto finance, and they told me they're building out like a self-service lead gen platform for dealerships, and then people will actually be able to resell that. So I could find out if they're done with that, because they've been working on that for a while. How do I get started to allow your friend to get half the profit, just so we get a jump start? So what you want to do is, Keith, set up your strategy call, fill out that form, let the guys call you, and they'll get you set up with that. How do you sell mortgage? How much do you sell mortgage leads for? You're looking at, age leads are going to go anywhere from 20 to 50 cents, depending on how old they are. A cash out refinance live transfer, you could probably get 90 to $100 for them. Mortgage is tough to just give a number to, because mortgage companies are different, right? They may want a different filters. So it's going to be, it's hard to just give an answer in mortgage because there's so many filters. Mortgage from a TV ad, they sell for $69. So you would make 10% on that. So just kind of give you some numbers. Say a guy is selling 10 cars a month and he would like to try and sell 20 cars, but doesn't know how to get more leads, then he would call me. Okay, yeah. So you're talking about car sales. All right. So I would work with somebody who's generating leads for auto loans, and maybe have them market their leads in certain markets, right? Because again, it's a local market, right? You don't have any nationwide buyers, I'm assuming. So you have to figure out the local side. Cars.com does this, whatever. So you can easily go to Facebook yourself, right? Go to Facebook yourself, start putting up ads for people who want to buy cars, and then sell them to that company. Now, of course, there's another way to do this, right? On a local level like that, just get paid. Have them pay you $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month, whatever. Because when I did consulting, I charged no less than $2,000 a month, no less. And I built out people's online stuff. Now, just so you guys know, if you ever get into the digital marketing consulting side and you have someone who's interested in doing more work that's beyond what you want to do, and they want to build out a funnel or sales pages or whatever, you can actually contact us, because that's what Alex does, just so you guys know. So, we can work with you on that type of thing, utilizing Alex, and we can build out whatever you want, just to give you a heads up. But in terms of lead gen, for someone that's trying to, go from 10 cars a month to 20 cars a month in a local market, that's really hard to do in lead gen, because how much can he really pay for leads? How many leads can he really handle? There's not a lot of volume there. So that is tough. That's going to be tougher. So Gene says, just bought. Is there some kind of support for deals closing in it, or is it help build a website? So for the 388 offer I just said, that's where we build your website. You get the services for 2 years. There's nothing at that level comes with where we get involved in closing your deals. So, all right, cool. I can't get anybody on the phone. I didn't really think it would be this bad. I figured we wouldn't be able to get everybody on the phone, but I realized it was horrible. Okay. All right, it's 3:50. We obviously want to try to cut this over at 4. So between yesterday and today, it's 7 hours that we've been doing this. Hopefully, for the people who have been here every second of the 7 hours, you've learned a lot. Has anybody actually been here for every minute? I can't imagine there's a lot of you. I'm sure you have other things to do, go in and out here. But has anybody been here for all 7 hours? Almost all? Every minute. Look at that. Okay, it's actually more people than I thought. Good for you guys. All 7 hours. Most. I'm setting up a call. All right. Really eager to learn. Hey, listen, man, that's it. I am currently in your loan broker program, but I have buyers for aged student loan leads. Can I get the same cost, or do I have to join that program? Yeah, so you have to join the lead broker program. It's totally separate. Just so you know. But yeah. So this is why I always tell everyone: schedule a strategy call. Tell them what you've done already, and listen. We try to work with people. It's not about like we want every dollar. It's listen. I've already done this. Maybe we can help you out here. So that's why it's good to just get on the phone with them, tell you where you're at, and say, listen, what can you do for me? So to get, and again, they need to know what you want, right? What do you need? Keith missed 30 minutes yesterday. I had to take a few trips to the loo. I only missed the last hour. All right, let's have some fun then. The last 10 minutes, let's give away some money. What do you think, Alex?
Amazon gift card, or maybe someone needs a PS5. That's the big Christmas item this year.
A PS5?
Yeah.
You still play games? You still do that?
No, but
No.
I can't say I didn't maybe go online and buy some and resell them.
Oh, there you go. What PS5 is that, like brand new this year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can imagine they have to be sold out now. That would be a great price. PS5. All right. So what do you think? What do you think, Alex? Should we give away less money to more people, or give one person? What do you guys want? Should we give away like less money to more people, or should we give one person more money? Let's see who's greedy.
I think you should also offer what the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We could do that. We could offer my time, give you guys like an hour or two, split up over a couple of calls. See, the more chances to win. I'm with you on the more chances to win. Less money, more people, spread it around. All right. So we'll give them the choice. All right. So how are we gonna do this? What do you think? Ask a question, or should we do something else?
Yeah, ask a question.
Ask a question. Should we make it hard or easy? Medium.
Medium.
All right, let's think. All right, you know what? You guys would have to be paying attention to this one. All right, so I'm gonna make this is an easy one if you're paying attention, and this is gonna be about Kamani, who just came on, right? I want to say it fast, so we have ability, and I'm gonna give you the choice for two answers. Kamani mentioned that he was from 2 different states. Name one. Colorado. Gene got it. Yeah, some of these answers are weird, man. Like where I guess you guys heard us say states, so you just assume. But yeah, there's some random states being mentioned. All right, so Gene. Let me get the last name. Oh, wow. I'm not even going to attempt to say your last name. Pettit Boys? I'm probably sure I screwed that up. And I'm assuming it's Gene. All right, cool. So we'll spread it around, right? So we'll do 100. All right, so we'll do $100 Amazon gift card. And we need your email, though. So just type in your email, and we'll send you a $100 gift card. All right, so let's do another one. Do another $100 gift card. It doesn't care what I say. Just send a $100 gift card. Let's do his state of mind is win. That's funny. Illinois, make more money. All right. What else you got? You want to spit a question out, Alex?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Wait, I got it.
Kind of.
All right, go. No.
Mine was pretty easy. Mine's too easy. So.
All right, here's a really easy one. What city's on my hoodie? There you go. You got Kevin. Kevin got it. Kevin Fox. That's an easy one. Say. New York. Philly, Texas. Oh yeah, well, Texas technically is right. Cleveland. Where do you get Cleveland from? That's funny. All right. So I'm sorry. Who said that again? Kevin.
Kevin.
All right. So you guys got to give us your emails. If you don't give us your emails, we're not gonna be able to email us to you. Golf. Well, yeah, you're right, Scott. All right, cool. Alex, can you write that email down?
Yep.
I can't see. I can't read it. All right, cool. That's that. Let's do some more. What else we got? I'm trying to think if I can give you guys something. All right, what was your question? Give me an easy one, another easy one.
Okay. When selling to a buyer, what is the one thing you should not do?
What? When selling to a buyer, what's the one thing you should
One
not
thing you should
do?
not do. Yes.
And
there it
this is supposed to be easy?
Yeah, we got it, David. Take a credit card, David.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Nice.
David, please give us your email.
No, well, it's funny because there's actually some answers here also correct, like no free leads.
Yeah.
All right, so you are correct.
True.
But anyway, he was first. So David Miller. All right, David, give us your oh, there you go. All right, cool. What else we got?
Okay,
What?
I can do another one. I mean, it's related to what we talked about yesterday with the websites. So,
So you got to be around yesterday for this one.
yeah.
All
What
right.
is the name of the plugin that we use to collect data? So the form plugin. What is the name of that plugin?
You got to be paying attention for that one.
What do we got, Phil?
What's up?
Who do we got?
Anyone get it?
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of people got this one right. Gerald, no. Gene again. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, Gene again. Look at that. Gene's crushing it. Gene with the last name I can't pronounce. What else you got?
I don't know. Your turn.
I got an idea of doing something. Just finish our lead broker challenge. All right. I have an idea. Let's see how this plays out. This is going to be a little tougher if we do this. All right, so this is what we're going to do. So we'll do more questions, but I'm just doing something else. So what we're going to do is I'm going to post a thing on Facebook, our Facebook page, and it just talks about this lead broker challenge that we just did. It says, just finished our lead broker challenge where we built a lead business live right in front of you. And then obviously to get started, blah, blah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this. I'm going to send you guys this link. You don't have to do this. I guess do this, while we're here, I guess, so we can pick one. And then what we'll do is we will, for the person who posts the best comment, I'm going to give you $500. But I'm going to let Alex choose so you can blame him if you lose. Let Alex choose the winner. Let's try that. And then we'll do another question too. All right. I just gave you guys a link. Go there. Comment. The best comment is going to win $500. All right, what else we got? All right, you guys go do that. There's no, rush. I mean, just do it. It's not like who the first person that comments. Just you're going to do the best comment. So figure out something to say, and then we'll let Alex choose the winner for that one. I'm going to give you guys $500 for the best comment. I'm not telling you what to say. You just say whatever you want. But we'll do that. All right, let's do another one. Where do I go? I got disconnected. Oh, okay. There you go. Just gave you guys the link again. All right, another question. Oh man. Something simple, stupid. Where so for the guys out of Houston when they came on before, so the person that was speaking, what was his name? So close, Will. So close. Teresa Salmon got it. Will, you said Robert. It was Richard. Oh, we got is Carlos. We got a couple of Roberts. A bunch of people got Richard right. But Teresa. All right, Teresa, what's your email? All right, let's do another one. What do you think?
Let's see. Okay, let's ask a question about what's something about Kevin from yesterday.
Okay.
This is a tough one. What is the name of the product that Kevin is bringing back that he said was a big success 15 years ago and is now going back on QVC because of what's going on in the world? That's a hard one. Yep. Drew
Knapp.
Drew in 2 parts.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I knew it was a wrench, but I don't know the name. Is there a name?
Magic wrench. Yep.
Wow. Drew fucking paying attention, huh? That.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, that was a tough one. So Raphael says, I have been in a few webinars where people teach how to generate leads and other verticals, but never seen a person so humble like Philip and his energy level after 7 hours of teaching. Keep going like the Energizer Bunny. It's funny. I appreciate that. Yeah, you should write. That should be your comment in the on a Facebook post.
Oh, Drew has one. Nice.
Drew, what?
Drew said he has one. He has a magic wrench.
You have a magic wrench? Seriously? Nice. That's funny. So Teresa gave a different email. Do you see that?
Yep, I got it.
So Drew, just post your email. This is fun. What else you got? You know what? Let's go. Let's just sit with the Kevin. So Kevin held up a product with a celebrity on it. Who is a celebrity? There you go. Greg Cloud. George Foreman. Good, man. You guys paying attention. It's pretty good. I feel like we've done a good job. People actually remember stuff. You know what? One thing while I got you guys here, let me show you guys some. I'll do it on my phone. It's easier. So this is another reason why I love the lead business is I spend a ton of money on marketing, right? Ton of money. Now, I usually travel a ton throughout the year. So I usually sit around $1 million in points on JetBlue, but I'm actually at 1.995 million right now because I really haven't traveled this year. So we're building up. Well, let me just show you guys. See that? 1.995 million. And I actually have a travel bank credit, which is crazy just because, again, haven't been flying. 1.9 million points just on my JetBlue card. That means that's $1.9 million in spend, right? It's $1 a point. That's why I love the lead business. We use the Chase Ink card and the Chase Sapphire as well. So we spread everything out, and we use those for travel. So obviously JetBlue is just JetBlue. And then the travel for the Chase ones we use for hotels. They give you an extra 25% in points when you use it for travel. It's fine. We'll take it. Like we've done Aruba. Like we did Aruba we did Barbados last year for Thanksgiving, and we did Aruba the year before. This year we went local, obviously, for obvious reasons. And we did the entire trip on points. So Ritz-Carlton Aruba, a 1-bedroom suite, completely on points, 4 round trip first class flights on JetBlue, completely on points, the whole entire thing. Barbados, same thing. 4 round trip first class on JetBlue, which is their JetBlue Mint. That's what they call it. And then Barbados, we had an amazing 2-bedroom suite in Barbados. It's freaking crazy. We had an elevator right to the beach. Actually, I have a cool video somewhere with that on there. But yeah, that was cool.
Greg Cloud, we need your email address.
Let's see. Find that. I think this is it. Nope. Trying to find that video. It's funny how I make videos. I never post them on social media. I have so much content I've just never posted. I hate social media. It's a pretty cool video. Let me show you. Let me try to find this. All right. Do we have comments on the Facebook thing?
We do have comments.
You find one that you like the most?
The first one's pretty good. It says Alex rocks, go Cornell. And you know how much I love Cornell.
Let me try to find this video real quick, and then we'll do that. There we go. All right, I found it. All right, we'll do this, and then is everyone done? Does anyone need to write a comment? I'm just waiting on you guys. Got $500 just for writing a comment. Let me share my screen. This is a cool video. So this is in Barbados.
I've been telling myself the same thing for years. If you want to live the life that you want to live life in your terms, be able to walk out of an elevator right into paradise. I'm in Barbados right now. Then you need to work for yourself. It's the only way to do it. Work for yourself. Yeah, I've done it via the lead business, the lead generation business, and it's been amazing. Been doing it since 2000.
So that was I just liked the intro to that video. All right, so I should probably post that online, right? I make all this content, I never post it. All right, so where are we? Let's go to Facebook. See what we got here. Does anyone need more time? Do you even have any comments?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Oh, wow. Okay. Didn't realize. All right. So my comment on Facebook, snapshot of your Facebook group. Those are the plates on your Lambo from all dough you've made at least. Trying to find question. What do you mean? Oh, trying to find a question. I left the Facebook. All right, cool. All right. Alex rocks. Go Cornell. Love these guys. Jam squad, get jamming on the go. Only $1 pajamas. Jeez. All right, Alex, which one are you doing?
I mean, do we go with the Alex Rocks, go Cornell comment?
Oh, that's fucking cheese.
That is.
But you know why you did it. You know what? We'll do this. Oh, Kevin already won. We'll throw Kevin an extra $100 from Alex.
All right.
All right. So we'll do that for Kevin because he brown nosed Alex, and it made Alex all happy. Look at that smile.
All right. So I like Sam Luca.
Okay.
What do you think?
All right, it's not bad. Literally did everything step by step. If you're looking, I mean, they're all good. So this is what we'll do.
Ty, Robert, they're all good. Only
Yeah.
$1 for pajamas. That's cheaper than Pajama Grand.
All right. So what do you want to do? We're doing Sam? It's up to you.
Yeah, his is pretty good.
You got to get about a bunch of enemies, which doesn't matter which one you choose.
That's why you chose me to choose this one.
Yeah, I can't. I don't want the enemies. If you want to boil it down to 2, we can flip a coin.
Ty's is good. I mean,
Which one? Oh, Ty.
Ty. All right, coin flip.
Between which ones?
I think Ty and Sam.
All right. So Ty and Sam.
They're all good though.
I mean, they're all. Yeah. Listen, it's not like it's bad. So we'll. All right. You want me to do it, or you got a quarter?
I don't have a quarter.
You don't have anything? Good thing I have a whole bucket of coins. All right. So, which one's which? Whose heads?
Ty.
What?
Ty.
Ty's heads? All right. So I'm going to flip it, catch it, and do it, and then I'm going to show you guys. Ready? You see? What does that say? Tails, right? All right.
Tails.
So who was Tails?
That was Sam.
Sam. You still around? Sam, you still here? I have a quarter if you cut me in. Can't see my comment. You can't see your comment. Maybe refresh the page. Oh, if Sam's not here, it's got to go to the other guy. Got to go to Ty.
Is Ty here?
Yeah, well, he commented.
There he is.
Ty's here. Ty jumped in.
All right.
Sam leave? I don't see him in the list. Uh-oh. Yeah. Unless he's under a different name. I see it. So now you can look at my comment so I can split it. Which one's your comment? Sorry, I'm at work trying to sneak this call. Oh, Michael. I would like to win a $500 because I just want the money. Alex, I am happy you feel better. Phil, you are the man. I am not a brown noser. I am just black. That's fucking funny. Oh my God. All right. So no Sam. Sam, going once, going twice. Sam? No? I guess not. All right. So it's Ty, right?
Yep.
Ty sent his email? All right. So can you repeat the winners? Because I don't remember.
I have them all.
Wait, okay, just yell it out so in case you missed anyone.
Kevin Fox, Gene, he won twice. David Miller, Teresa, Drew, Greg, and Ty.
So how many total people is that?
7.
So in 6. So but one person won twice, that's 6. So 7 people won 100.
No.
Because no, Gene, I mean there's 700, I mean, because Gene won twice.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 700 and hundreds, and then there's 500 to tie, right?
Yep.
All right. Did I get a credit for the cheese comment? Yeah, you were the first one.
He's talking about the Cornell comment.
Oh yeah, dude, well yeah, we're gonna give him, yeah. So you got to put Kevin. Oh, that's right, he got twice, right? So yeah, so put on Kevin too. All right, cool. All right, not bad. Does anybody not have the link to schedule a call? All right, so you're all good with that. All right. I scheduled twice. All right, that's good. Twice is better than 1. All right. 3, going to 7.5 hours here. Hopefully you guys learned something. It's funny because there's a lot more people on here that commented. So I guess they're just not paying attention. Or they just don't want to comment. It's funny. All right, cool. So Bitcoin is over 23,000. Anyone have Bitcoin? No problem, David. No problem. Everyone. All right. Everybody have a great holiday. Obviously, Hanukkah is going on right now for all the Hanukkah people. Everyone is celebrating Christmas. I'm with you. We gonna have a good time next week. Have a big Christmas Eve party every year. So hopefully I don't get sick from having people here. But if you guys come to Dallas or somewhere nearby, definitely meet you. Yeah, we were just in Austin, and we do plan on going to Houston again, so we will announce that. No problem, Scott, Gene, no problem. Even my son had fun listening to you, Michael. Thanks, guys. Stay safe. Really appreciate your teachings the last 2 days. No problem. A lot of value provided on the call. No problem. Thank you for your time. Teachers of business. Next goal is to have a shot with you sometime. We can do that in Vegas. Always do Vegas. All right, cool, man. Appreciate everybody. We will, listen, if anybody ends up working with us, obviously, more, depending on which service you do. I do live calls every week to people. That's part of my fast track program. Just giving you a heads up on that. So we can obviously talk every week there. We do have a one-on-one service where we can talk literally one-on-one. We have that stuff. So, it just depends on what you guys are interested in doing. But hopefully for the whopping $19 that we charge for this, you got your money's worth, and we can help you out. So everybody be good, and we will hopefully talk to you soon. But yeah, we'll let you know when we start doing more events. We are probably going to do one of these, just so you know, with Zach on the loan business after the new year. Just give you a heads up. We were going to try to do 2 in 1 week. I told Zach, there's no way I can do this 2 in 1 week. It's way too much work, way too much time. But after the new year, we're going to do exactly what we just did on a loan business, where Zach is just going to pound through, show you, go close a deal, generate leads, the whole 9, do the same exact format, and hopefully, have some fun doing it, and hopefully you learn something. And so anyone who is doing a loan business also are interested in that as well, we can definitely, help you out with the loan side. So again, we don't talk to you. Have a great holiday. Have a great new year, and maybe we'll see you next year. But we will be doing events next week. Events next year somewhere. We just don't know where yet. But we'll start scheduling them after the new year and when traveling eases up. So everybody be good. We'll talk to you soon. And we will we will email you the recordings tomorrow. All right, guys. Really appreciate it. Have a good one. Thanks, Alex. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right, guys. Appreciate your time. Good. Thanks, guys. Be good.